started. They will get the footballs to start things off here this evening. As the officials try to bring them out. But again, this one, the way it looks on paper anyway, it looks like it would come down really to perhaps a defensive struggle. We thought that it would be an offensive show last week, turned into a defensive ball game. I think this would be a defensive struggle, but who knows? It could have a lot of points put on the board. A&M Commerce, again, has not done much offensively. They've been outscored 58-9 so far in the first half of their 3 games they've played, averaging about 8 points a game. Lumberjack defensive unit holding opponents to about 321 yards a game so far over the course of the year, 121 through the air and 199 on the ground. Is that how it all shakes out here? As the Lions will kick it away. Jacks wearing black at home, Lions in blue and gold. As this kick will be a fair catch made at about the 6-yard line, so the Jacks will start things out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Brian Maurer, the quarterback, 6'5", 215-pound junior out of Ocala, Florida, completing 53% of his passes. He's thrown for 739 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions through the first 4 ball games.
Yeah, that's the big story coming in, that touchdown-to-interception ratio you just mentioned. Can you cut down on the turnovers? We've mentioned the Jacks' defense is really good. Big question is, can you win the turnover battle and win these games?
Gerald Wembley is the tailback, as they will open up in a one-back set. Now we got whistles as nobody from Commerce went out to pick up the tee, so they hold things up. So the tee can be received, and they'll make them ready for play. Lions with a 3-man front, and they'll bring some pressure from a lot of different places. Jacks will re-huddle and reset things here. So 15 on the play clock, kind of a herky-jerky start to this one here tonight, but we will get rolling now. As Maurer now with the tailback set to his left on first down, little play action. Wants to pass, dumps it down to Wembley behind the line of scrimmage, and he is hit and tackled immediately by the Lions, as they'll lose a yard on that first completion of the night. Darrell Ware, the linebacker, makes the stop.
Yeah, that's going to be a common theme tonight. Is Texas A&M Commerce is very fast. They come downhill quickly. They keep everything in front of them, come downhill, make a tackle. It's going to be very hard for this SFA offense to push them down the field.
3-man front Lions. Warren Robinson, the defensive end, now shades inside. Snap a little high, but Maurer wants to go up top. Deep shot downfield. Trying to go downfield toward Kylon Harris, but overthrows him and incomplete. He was well covered downfield by the Lions secondary.
Yeah, the SFA sideline wants a flag. I think they just kind of got tangled up with their feet. I don't really think there was a pass interference there.
Jaden Rios there in coverage for Texas A&M Commerce, as that will bring up the first 3rd down of the evening. 3rd down and 11 here for the Lumberjacks, as we're just seconds into this one here tonight. First possession of the ball game. Lions walk up into gaps. They put 5 on the line of scrimmage. See if they bring them. They will. It's picked up. Maurer with some time. Over the middle, caught. Enough for the first down, and the Lumberjacks will move the sticks on the first reception of the night for Lawton Reichel.
Really good job by Reichel knowing where the sticks are at and getting to that yardage. You see a lot of guys, if it's a 10-yard route, if it's a 12-yard route, they go to that number. That's good awareness by Reichel of knowing the down and distance and getting just enough there for the first down.
17th catch of the year for Reichel, just over 200 yards receiving. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks. As again, they spread it with 2 receivers wide to both sides of the field. And Maurer again to pass. Quick out to Reichel, caught and spun back at about the 42 or 43-yard line as he just runs a little hitch along the far sideline. Picks up about 7. Give him 6 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And the game plan early on for this SFA offense is a lot of short completions. Get Maurer in a rhythm. When he's in a rhythm and throwing it on time, he's really dangerous.
So 2nd down and 4. For the Lumberjacks out of the gun again. Yet to run it. They've opened it up through the air so far. Williams in motion, and here's the first running attempt of the night. Wembley picking his way out over the 45, lowers his shoulder and gets it out to about the 48-yard line, and will move the chains once again for the Lumberjacks.
And Wembley's been their bell cow for this SFA offense. He's got the majority of their carries, and then Williams comes in as a kind of a breath for him, but he's been really good for them this year.
1st and 10, and the officials will stop things here again, as I think the Lions have a defender down along their sideline over there, top of the screen. As you can see, Jaheim Lowe, the weak side linebacker out of Cedar Hill, apparently was a little shaken up, so the officials will stop things till he clears the area. And now they'll try to sort it out. So Lowe will leave for at least a play. Could not tell what happened there. You see the Lumberjack offensive line, and that really has been the strength of this offensive unit here to get things going. Daniel Keys, Nate Adams are the tackles, Keegan Holm, one of the guards, Clint Lappick at center. 1st and 10 here for the Jacks. As Wembley toss it back, flea flicker, back to Maurer, and he wants to take a deep shot up the near sideline or far sideline over to Keyshawn Williams. The pass thrown out of bounds as the Lions didn't bite on that. They had everybody covered, and there was nowhere for Maurer to go with it.
Yeah, got to give credit to Texas A&M Commerce there, staying at home, playing man coverage. It's easy for those secondary guys to get their eyes in the backfield when they shouldn't come down, and that's when you give up those free plays. But they do a great job of being disciplined.
So 2nd down and 10 now. Maurer after a flea flicker. Looks to the near sideline, and they'll try to convert. A&M Commerce coming in here, opponents were converting about 45% of their 3rd downs. Jacks have converted so far. Here's Lawton Reichel on another little quick slant route, picks up about 6 yards, and then brings them into manageable third, about 4 from the Lion 47-yard line.
And another catch by Reichel. He's a really sure-handed guy that they like to go to on, kind of crucial 2nd and long, 3rd and short situations.
So 3rd and 4 here, as Ty Love will be flanked out wide to the right, and everybody else bunched in tight on the left as the ball rests in the middle of the field on 3rd and 4. Lions walk up, they bring pressure again. Swing it out of the backfield. Wembley, one man to beat to the far sideline. He'll have the 1st down as he's ridden down out of bounds over there by Jordan Polk. Polk will give up 6 yards, enough to convert for the Lumberjacks, and they've got a fresh set of downs at the 40-yard line.
And that's a really good open field tackle by Polk. If he doesn't make that tackle, there's no one left, and that's a touchdown for the Jacks. Good job by Maurer getting rid of that ball early on before the pressure gets to him.
Wembley now will come out. Anthony Williams, sophomore transfer from Central Florida, will check into the lineup for the first time tonight for SFA. They'll flip the formation now, that bunch now to the right, short side of the field for the Jacks, top of your screen. And they will run it inside with Williams. Williams with a little crease and a burst downfield inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, a gain of 11. And SFA continues to put 1st downs on the board as they move it down the field here.
Yeah, really hard run by Williams there, getting his shoulder down and picking up that 1st down. Really good job by that SFA offensive line, getting up to that 2nd level. Anytime you can get your guards and tackles through that defensive line and up to those linebackers, you're going to have success running the ball.
1st and 10 now. Lumberjacks at the 29-yard line. Williams back in there at tight end in motion. We got movement in the middle of that offensive front.
And SFA is kind of acting like maybe they think somebody on the Texas A&M Commerce defense clapped, which is not, illegal. Not legal, I should say.
Officials continue to talk. Maurer pleads his case there with them, as you can see. And Lion defense standing there.
Delay of game, disconcerting signal, defense, 5-yard penalty, it's 1st down.
So, prosecution, the lead attorney for the prosecution there, Brian Maurer, argues successfully, and instead of a false start, it is a delay of game penalty against the Lions. So 1st and 5 now for the Lumberjacks, 1st penalty flag of the ball game.
Yeah, and this is, 1st and 5 is kind of like a free play. I wouldn't be surprised at all if SFA took a shot here.
2 backs in the backfield, little play action, wheel route, and they go downfield toward Williams. He turned it in, and Maurer ends up throwing that one away. And it's 2nd down and 5. There was the shot.
Yeah, and that's really a good decision by Brian Maurer. We talked about in the pregame the turnover bug. It's kind of bitten this SFA team. It's a good thing sometimes as a coaching staff to see your quarterback throw one out to the sidelines.
Clifford Thunderberg, one of the defensive ends. He and Warren Robinson are the defensive ends. Levi Drake Rodriguez and Leon Young are the interior linemen for that Texas A&M Commerce defense, as Williams on 2nd down will get a run off right tackle, take it down inside the 20, and be close to first down yardage. It looks like he might be about a half yard short. So 3rd and short now for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, really good job by Big Nate Adams out there at the right tackle, getting out there, sealing that edge for Williams to cut up under.
First possession of the ball game. Jacks have held the ball now for almost 5 minutes. 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go on 3rd and short. Maurer will try to sneak it, and he'll get a yard and a half as he gets a push. And the Jacks convert on 3rd and 1 to keep the drive alive. So 1st and 10 now, SFA at the Lion 18-yard line as Maurer brings them back into the huddle there. Justice Guillory, the right guard. That's actually Aaron Castro out there at center for the Lumberjacks. So Castro in the middle of that offensive front. Maurer to pass again. Williams out there on a little screen, but the Lions break it up, and it will go for no gain. As they had Nate Adams out there in front of him, but Lions built back in behind it, held it to no gain.
Yeah, where Texas A&M defensive line lacks in size, they make up for its speed. And what you teach that defensive line is if you read a screen, retrace, try to find who they're throwing it to. Are they throwing it to a running back out of the backfield, or is it a tunnel screen to the receivers? Either way, get back and get into those throwing lanes, and they did a great job there of doing exactly that.
Jacks again, slant. Reichel makes the catch at about the 12-yard line as he is hit and dropped immediately. But again, picks up about 6 yards on that and brings up 3rd and 4 once again.
And that's a really good catch. To overextend that way right there, coming across the middle, you know you're going to take a shot as soon as the ball touches your hand. To keep your focus and make that catch is a really good job by Reichel.
Already his 3rd catch here tonight. Lumberjacks look at another 3rd down here. 8:25 to go first quarter. Maurer swing it right side. Harris gets a block. Harris at the 10, the 5 at the goal line. Touchdown Lumberjacks. Kylan Harris on a little screen gets the blocking downfield into the end zone. 6-0 SFA.
Yeah, and that was Keyshawn Johnson out there with the blocking right in front of Kylan. Does a really good job. That's the key block that set that touchdown up.
So the Lumberjacks take the opening possession. Got off to a little bit of a slow start the first 3 downs, but converted and kept the drive alive. Move it down the field and take the ball downfield in 75 yards in almost 7 minutes of clock time. And first is now on for the extra point. So Campos tacks on the extra point, and with 8:16 to go here in the opening quarter, Lumberjacks taking the opening kick and lead 7-0 over the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce. Back after this. This is United Athletic Conference football. Lumberjacks with a 7-0 lead. 75-yard drive. Their defense will take the field next. Lions will get their first crack at it tonight as Campos kick into the breeze, short, fielded at the 10, returned upfield to the 20, and a big hit at the 21-yard line as the Jacks get Christian Richards downfield to cover that one. And Texas A&M Commerce will start things out 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, this Texas A&M Commerce team has struggled to move the ball sometimes offensively, but you've got a different quarterback in right now. They're starting.
They take another one. So another timeout on the field. We will take it as well. 8:12 to go. First quarter, 7-0. Lumberjacks in front. Back after this. This is United Athletic Conference football. So the Lions on first down run it off right tackle for a yard. They look at 2nd down and 9 now as we return to action. Texas A&M Commerce here with their first possession of the night. Josh Magana is their quarterback. Took over last week, led them on a scoring drive late. And he will run a little play action. Short roll right, hit as he lets it go as he throws that one into the bench. Incomplete. And Lions will look at 3rd down and 9 from their own 23-yard line. First series of the night for Texas A&M Commerce. They come in again 0-3 on the year, averaging about 8 points a game, 134 yards a game on the ground, 113 through the air. and converting about 23% for the season on third downs coming into this one tonight. They'll bunch everybody in tight to the left, split into the right. Magana to pass, four-man rush, hit over the middle, and caught for a first down at the 35-yard line as SFA rallies and makes the tackle, but not before a gain of 15 yards. As the catch made downfield by Keith Miller out of the Colony, his sixth catch of the year. First and 10, Texas A&M Commerce.
And really good job by Magne there, staying in the pocket and trying to move it just slightly to keep his eyes downfield. A lot of guys, when that clock is ticking, you'll see them run out of that pocket and not be able to make anything happen. He hangs in there and delivers a ball for a first down.
Short roll, little counter action. Branch comes out the backside, has some room at midfield, and down the sideline he goes. Is Reggie Branch, sophomore out of Houston, a transfer from Incarnate Word, will go 63 yards, and the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up with 6:39 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and in the same way that A&M Commerce stayed at home on that reverse flea flicker that we saw SFA do their first drive, SFA's defense right there does not stay home, gets fooled by the misdirection in the backfield, and then there's got one man to beat, and he does it.
So the extra point now as Emmanuel, and we got flags here as they line up, perhaps movement.
False start, offense. 5-yard penalty. We'll play the drive from the 8-yard line.
So Bush 63 yards. They'll move back 5 yards and attempt the extra point after the false start. So that was what you heard if you were with us on the radio before the game began. Colby Carthel talked about giving up 2 explosives last week. Already one here tonight. First series of the night for Texas A&M Commerce. As the extra point is on its way, up and good. 6:39 to go here in the first quarter. We got a 7-7 ball game.
Yeah, to me it goes back to that third down play. This Texas A&M Commerce team has given up a lot of sacks. On the reverse, SFA's defense has gotten a lot of sacks this year, but that third down could not get pressure on the quarterback. Quarterback stays in there and delivers a first down throw, which leads to that big touchdown.
So 7-7, each team with a score on their first possession of the night. Here and again, a matchup, the 58th meeting between these two teams. Texas A&M Commerce leads the all-time series 43-13-1. But their last win came back in 1980.
Long time. I think we played them my sophomore year. Coach Carthel was at Texas A&M.
So the Jacks get set to take the kick. Again, they had a 15-play, 75-yard drive. Lions possession, I think 5 plays. And they go 78 yards, or 68 yards. As the Jacks would get it back. Short kick this time, fielded on the run at the 3. Jacks up the numbers and dropped at the 20-yard line. So the Lumberjacks will take over first and 10 at their own 20. Offense goes back to work after a 15-play, 75-yard drive. And Maurer on that first series. Now Jacks will run it on first down. Wembley trying to get outside, does. Turns upfield, hit at the 25, and then ridden out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Maurer on that first series, 8 of 11, 46 yards and a touchdown. As the Lumberjacks run it on first down for about 7 yards. And they'll look at second down and 3. And they will run it again on second down. That's Williams this time, and Williams will get close to first down yardage. He gets it right to the 30-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Lumberjacks, their 4th first down of the night.
Is that Warren Robinson with lost his helmet have to put out for a play?
So Williams will stay in there in the backfield. The Lumberjacks have an extra tight end in there. Chad Awney was expected to be back tonight. We'll see if we see him this evening. That second tight end, Connor Mullins, in the huddle right now for SFAs. Officials gather once again.
I think they're going to move the chains
just
for a first
short.
down.
Well, now they're moving it. So first and 10 Lumberjacks as they nose the ball right there on the 30-yard line. Maurer again works out of the gun here, split into the right, hands off inside Williams with a little crease, and Williams will push it up near the 35. They'll give him forward progress to the 34 before several Lions get there to push him back. Darrell Ware, the linebacker, leads the charge for Texas A&M Commerce. So Ware in the middle, 6'2", 218-pounder out of Charleston, South Carolina. Their leading tackler is their rover, Darian Taylor, who was a preseason all-conference defensive back for the Lions, as Maurer will pass on second down. With time, hit as he lets it go over the middle, and incomplete. Had time initially, but waited. We got a flag back down back near midfield. So first and 10 now. And Lumberjacks may have dodged one there. It looked like Harris was moving forward at the snap. They take a deep shot downfield toward Wafer. Wafer at the 15 makes a diving grab. And it will be ruled a completion as they'll move this one downfield and spot it at about the 14-yard line.
That was a really good throw by Maurer. That was about the only place that he could have put that ball and given Wafer a chance to run under it for a big gain.
So first and 10. SFA with another trip in the red zone here. That 7-7 ball game, 4 minutes to go first quarter. Williams, fake, Maurer keeps it coming left, hit it about the 12, and he's down at the 11-yard line. And there's Darian Taylor with his 27th tackle of the year. Gain of about 2, and it's second down and 8 for SFA.
Yeah, that's a good open field tackle by Taylor. Maurer is a very big, athletic guy out there in space. He's hard to bring down.
Maurer takes the snap, sets, looks with time, comes late back to his left, goes toward Mullins, through his hands, and incomplete. And SFA will look at third down. Now they can pick up a first down just inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, this is a big down here. SFA settled for a few field goals their last time out against Austin Peay, and it came back to bite them late in that game. You really don't want to be settling for field goals here in your own red zone.
They were 4 for 4 on third downs on their first series. And they look at third and about 7, their longest attempt on third downs here so far tonight. Maurer again, little play action, roll it out right. Williams with a grab and a blocker in front of him at the goal line, reaches and is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks.
Really, really good job by Big Nate Adams, the right tackle, getting out there and leading that screen.
So Maurer with his second touchdown pass of the night. Anthony Williams with the reception. His actual third receiving touchdown of the year, his fourth overall. And the Lumberjacks will try to attempt the extra point here to go up by 7 with 3:35 left in the first quarter. So again, we thought a defensive struggle, and we got 21 points here in the first quarter.
That's typically how it goes. We thought it would be a shootout last weekend. It was a defensive struggle for SFA.
So Campos with the extra point. His extra point is up and good. And with 3:35 to go first quarter, timeout on the field. SFA leads by 7, 14-7. This is United Athletic Conference football. So the Jacks get ready to kick with a 7-point lead, 14-7, 3:35 to go first quarter. Lumberjacks 80 yards in 8 plays, and a little onside kick. Campos kicks it. It doesn't roll, I don't think, 10 yards. It was kicked around. It's loose and a big pile. Lumberjacks and Lions scramble for it at about the 32-yard line. And we'll see if it was touched at about the 44. It's all going to be a moot point.
Yeah, it looked to me like a Texas A&M Commerce player touched it first, but that'll be what they're discussing right now.
Ruling is that the kicking team illegally touched the ball at the 44-yard line. It'll be Texas A&M Commerce ball at that spot. First down.
So a surprise onside kick there as Campos tapped that one, was following it along. And if it rolls the 10 yards right now, you can see right there it just gets to the 44 and just kind of stops. And now everybody's dancing around it. And the ruling was that the Lumberjacks touched it first. Commerce had a player there trying to get a number.
Yeah, it looked like the first player that touched it was actually Campos, kind of fell back on it, maybe realizing that it didn't go 10 yards and it wouldn't matter anyways.
And
the previous ruling of illegal touching at the 44-yard line is under review.
So they'll review it because, again, we just saw that one replay there that you saw, and that you were kind of screened by one guy, and you couldn't really tell from that angle who touched it first.
Yeah, and as all of these replay discussions go, it really matters what the call on the field was. They called it illegal touching by Stephen F. Austin, so the evidence has to be conclusive to flip it. And even if it's, you think it might be right, if you don't have conclusive evidence, you can't overturn it.
And here's the end zone view, and you can see there, Jacks get away from it. Campos is waiting for it to travel that extra 10 yards. And now who touched it? It
looked like Campos's left hand kind of sweeped at it and touched it, and that's what kind of started the ball moving, and then the Texas A&M Commerce player touched it.
Either Jalen Hunter or Campos, one or the other, it hit one of them, it looked like. And then the Lions started to scramble for it, trying to get on top of it.
But a gutsy play call there from this Coach Carthel staff, and it probably would have worked out with the way that Commerce played it had the ball just rolled 10 yards, but it didn't. Yeah,
if it bounces forward one more time, they were because there was no one around it to recover for the Lions. And the Jacks would have had a short field in back-to-back possessions. And so far, the Lions hadn't shown so far through the first two series the ability to stop this SFA offense to this point.
No, but that also kind of gives you a peek into what the staff is thinking. They're thinking, we're going to have to get points as much as we can because maybe we aren't as confident in stopping this Texas A&M Commerce offense as we thought coming into the game.
So the review continues. You can see the officials there looking into the monitor at the top of your screen as the Lumberjack defense talks things over in the foreground there. It's kind of a long review because it seemed kind of obvious that there were two SFA players there.
And one thing that they also could be looking at is exactly where it was touched. They said it was at the 44. They could also be looking at, okay, SFA did touch it, but where did they touch it?
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Commerce.
So Lions will get it on a short field. They'll take over at the SFA 44-yard line. After scoring from 78 yards out in 4 plays on their first possession, Reggie Branch goes 63 yards. He's their leading rusher coming in. He had 39 carries for 178 yards. That touchdown was his first of the year. As the officials now will slow things down.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3:35. 3:35.
So they'll put 4 more seconds back on the clock.
Thank you.
Because none of us would want 4 seconds of our lives taken away. We get them back. Boom, right there. So 1st and 10 now, Lions. Little play action, short roll right, dump it underneath, caught, 35-30, and downfield out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. We'll go the Lions. As making the grab that time is Michaelis Elder. And they'll run it on 1st down, outside again. Ravion Hargrove with the carry. And we got a man down middle of the field. Hargrove gets about 3. And the Jacks with a man down in the middle of the
Official
field.
Timeout for a defensive player injury, number 54.
So Ahmad Murray is the injured Lumberjack. As the trainers come out to check on him.
That is potentially a very big loss for this SFA defense. Ahmad Murray, a 4-year starter at his defensive end position, very integral part to this defense.
So 14-7. No indication the Red Hats coming out, so I guess we keep it here during this timeout. As Murray is being helped up. And we'll come to the near sideline where they'll look at him. Murray again, 15 tackles on the year. 3 tackles for a loss, still looking for his first sack. Has picked up 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns already this year.
Yeah, very athletic guy. Anytime the ball's on the ground, he's looking to scoop and score. He's not a guy that's looking to just jump on and be happy with the turnover.
So Murray comes out, appears to be all right as he comes off to the near side without any assistance, and the Lions will go back to work looking at 2nd down and 7. Josh Magana, the quarterback, junior out of Danuba, California, wants to pass. Sets, throws, dumps it underneath behind his intended target, Elder. And that one is incomplete, and they'll look at 3rd down and 7 from the SFA 23-yard line.
And it was a really big 3rd and long in Texas A&M's first drive that they busted a big play which led to the touchdown the very next play. So big 3rd down here again for this. Both teams. Can you get off the field if you're SFA's defense, or do you have to settle for a field goal if you're Texas A&M Commerce?
Hargrove is the tailback, 5'6", 172-pounder. Fake it to him. Jacks bring pressure. It's picked up, giving ground. Magana now flops it toward the end zone. Has a man there, and it's off his hands, incomplete. Jeremiah Walker was closing late. There in coverage was TK Lloyd. And it's incomplete, 4th and 7. And the Lions will settle for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, and a really well-placed ball, about the only place he could have put it. But a good job of gaining ground in the backfield. That SFA defense is very good at getting pressure. He does a good job of trying to drifting, keeping his eyes downfield and trying to make a play.
Audubon 2 for 3 on the year with a long of 43. This will be a 39-yard attempt from the right hash mark to make it 14-10. Jacks get pressure, and it's blocked. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, and will get into the end zone. So the Lumberjacks get a block on special teams. And I can't tell, it could have been Bobineau, I think, that got a hand on that. He was getting a big push inside. But the Lumberjacks blocked the field goal attempt. Now they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, leading 14-7.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Bobineau gets a big push up the middle and then gets his hand up just in time to get a hand on it. I'm wishing they would play the replay, but it doesn't look like they're going to.
So 1st and 10 Lumberjacks. Anthony Williams in the huddle with Brian Maurer. Maurer, 2 touchdown passes on the night. One to Kyron Harris, the other to Williams. SFA will send 2 receivers wide right, 2 to the left. Maurer looks left. Now throws this one up the sideline, just beyond the reach of Kyron Harris. Incomplete. And it will bring up 2nd down and 10. As you see it here, man, Maurer looking left the whole way. And Harris got behind the defenders there, but that pass just a little bit too far out in front of him.
And you can kind of see Maurer's feet weren't really set. He didn't really step in and throw that ball. He kind of had a little bit of pressure coming to his right side, but you'd really like to see him keep his feet planted and make that throw.
2nd down and 10. Williams hit as he spins through the hole. He gets dropped at the 25-yard line. Luke Williams, the linebacker there for Texas A&M Commerce out of Bullard High School. Gain of about 3, 3rd down and 7. SFA so far tonight, 5 of 5 on 3rd downs. Here they look at 3rd down and 7 from the 25-yard line. 2-by-2 set here for the Jacks. Maurer to pass with time on the deep end, and that one too far out in front of the receiver and broken up, incomplete.
And almost an interception there by Christian Shaw. He does a really good job in coverage. Almost runs the route for the receiver. Kind of looked like he knew it was coming.
So incomplete. That will bring out Max Quick for the first time tonight. Quick, 13 punts for a 45-yard average. Long of 55 on the year. Punts into the breeze here this evening. Is Sean Christoph King back deep to receive this punt. 2 returns for no yardage so far this year for him. They don't put much of a rush on him. Max gets it away, kind of a low wobbler. Christoph King runs up, makes the fair quick catch at about the 36, 37-yard line. So Texas A&M Commerce will take over with 1:54 left here in the first quarter, trailing by 7. And they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. So Magana, the quarterback, comes out. 2 for 5 so far tonight, 33 yards. Branch, 2 carries, 64 yards. Hargrove, 1 carry for 3. And they will run it off right tackle for maybe a yard. Jacks came out of there with the football, but they're going to say that was blown dead as Jermaine Brown came out of there with it. As that was Reggie Branch with his 3rd carry of the night. He gets 1 there, and it's 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, just a swarm of SFA defenders holding him up, and then, of course, Jermaine Brown rips that out a little bit late, but no penetration at all there from the Texas A&M Commerce's offensive line. They cannot get any kind of a push. Makes it really hard for Branch to do anything.
Tayshawn Johnson, Xavier Potts up front right now for the Lumberjacks. Magana swing it out left side. Jacks are there as the ball is caught. And making a good play out there in the open field was TK Lloyd, wearing number 16 tonight on Callie Belcher Day. Every year SFA, one player wears the number 16 in honor of the former Lumberjack, as TK Lloyd just does a great job of battling through that block and making a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, every defensive back coach in the country is going to be playing that replay in their meeting rooms this week. That is exactly how you teach defensive backs to play that. Keep your upfield outside shoulder free, throw that block, and be able to still make a tackle.
3rd down and 10 now. Magana again. Pressure, dumps it over the middle, caught, and a 1st down, Lions. As they complete it over the middle, Jerome Buckner makes the catch and just outruns the Lumberjacks for enough for the 1st down, and the Lions convert, move it out to the 49-yard line.
And Magana is just doing a fantastic job of moving in the pocket, buying himself some time, and then finding the late receiver open. That SFA's defense is getting pressure, but not fast enough.
As that'll be the final seconds here of the first quarter.
This is the end of the first quarter. Timeout.
A quarter in the books, 14-7. SFA leads it over Texas A&M Commerce. We'll take a quick timeout. This is United Athletic Conference Football. 49-yard line, run it left tackle, and the Lumberjacks are theirs. There are several Lumberjack defenders there to make the play, and it's 2nd down and 9. Reggie Branch in the backfield for the Lions. Magana, the quarterback, takes the snap. Short roll right as they get away from Lloyd. Break containment, dump it out there in the right flat. SFA will rally.
We're marking about a yard short, so another third down. We talked about getting off the field on third down for both of these teams, and here's a first chance at it.
There's the play that time. Is again right there. You can see Lloyd come inside. When they did, Magana is able to get outside, dump it down to his tight end, Austin Sama. And it's 3rd and 1. Again, they're 2 for 3 so far this evening, converting on third downs. Josh Magana at the controls tonight for the Lions. Brings them in motion. Speed sweep it, coming right. They try to set the edge. Jeremiah Walker was there, but he gets outside Walker and will pick up the first down. A little in sweep. Elder with the carry for the Lions. Picks up 2, and it's 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yeah, and this A&M Commerce offensive staff is doing a good job of getting the ball to the edges. They don't have much of an advantage in the middle at the size of that SFA defensive line, so they're getting everything to the edges and just trying to use their speed to get what they can.
Elder again in motion from left to right this time. Magana rolls to his left, sets, dumps it down. Elder at the 35, bumped out of bounds by Lloyd at about the 33-yard line. And now we got penalty flags as Elder throws the ball into the face of Luke Watson, the linebacker from Gilbert. And instead of a 7-yard gain, I suspect this one will come back.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 4, offense. His first of the game. 15-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
That's the down counts. As you can see this at the end. Again, as you said, just getting it to the edge. There's Lloyd. They kind of exchange there. Now the extra push. That's not flagged, but that is.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it was kind of the retaliation that got the flag, but any coach in the country will tell you it's always the retaliation that gets the flag. The referees never really see the first little bit that goes on, but if you retaliate, you're going to get a flag thrown on you.
So 2nd and 18 now for the Lions. Magana again rolls right. Jacks bring pressure. Magana downfield off the hands of his intended receiver. And incomplete as he was trying to go to Jabari Kapara.
And again, they're doing everything they can, whether it's moving the pocket intentionally or Magana on his own kind of moving the pocket. They know that they've given up a lot of sacks this year. SFA's defense is capable of creating pressure with just their defensive line, and they're also not afraid to bring some blitzes. So, given all that, they're really trying to get Magana on the move, get him out in some space so that they can get those throwing lanes opened up.
See if they bring pressure on 3rd and long. They will rush an extra man or two. Magana gets it out. Caught, and then out of bounds at about the 49. When I saw the jersey be grabbed, I thought we may have a horse collar there. As Branch is wrestled out of bounds, maybe a loss of 1 at the 49 is where they'll mark him out, and the Lions will be forced to punt.
Yeah, and a good job by SFA's defense retracing on that screen play, trying to find the ball carrier and get him for a loss.
So Lions on to punt from the Lumberjack 49-yard line. First punt of the night for Texas A&M Commerce. Mitchell McGarry to kick. Kind of a low-line drive. Fielded on the run at about the 17. As Harris will make the fair catch there.
Timeout.
And SFA will take over inside its own 20-yard line. 12:09 to go first half. Stephen F. Austin leads Texas A&M Commerce 14-7. This is United Athletic Conference football. Deep post move was Harris. Kylon Harris overthrown there, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and that's one looks like Mauer just kind of forces a ball down the field that he doesn't need to do. He's got Wembley underneath. He can just dump it down and pick up a few extra yards there, but he tries to force that one in, lucky that it wasn't intercepted.
2nd down and 10 now for the Lumberjacks. Maurer with Wembley to his left. Two receivers wide, both sides of the field. Bryan to pass, dumps it underneath to Wembley at the 25 and out near the sticks at the 27-yard line. That's actually Anthony Williams. Williams with the reception and a run for close to 10
Officials
yards.
timeout for number 95 of the defense, helmet off.
Second time today the Lion defender has lost their hat. Patrick Brown loses his helmet there. He'll come out for a play. And they give Williams 10 yards on that reception, and it's a fresh set of downs here for the Lumberjacks. 11th first down of the half here for SFA. They lead it 14-7. Maurer toss it right to Williams, puts a foot in the ground, then just gets forward as quickly as he can. Out over the 30 to about the 33, where he is grabbed by Bryson Stewart and dropped.
There's really nothing there initially.
Yeah.
Texas A&M Commerce does a good job of kind of setting the edge, but Williams, like you said, just sticks his foot in the ground and gets upfield and picks up a good chunk of yards there.
That was actually Levi Drake Rodriguez, 50 instead of 90. Rodriguez with a head of hair covers part of the number on his back. Gain of 5, though. Second down and 5. Williams remains in the backfield. Give it to him again. Right side with a head of steam. Gets a couple close to the 35-yard line. Big collision at the end of that one. And the Jacks will look at third down and 3 from their own 35-yard line. Leading 14-7, 10.5 to go here in the first half. SFA on the road next week as they return to United Athletic Conference play. Texas A&M Commerce at home next week will host McNeese State. Open up Southland Conference play. Maurer, quick slant, caught. Reichel first down, breaks the tackle out over the 45 and to the 46-yard line. We'll go Lawton Reichel, who's having a big night, his 5th reception of the night.
Yeah, and you can see there when Maurer keeps his feet under him and uses that strong base to make throws, he's very, very good. It's only when those feet kind of get out from under him, he doesn't have a solid base under him when the thing kind of gets off the rails for him.
You saw it right there, and that one was well thrown, puts it right on the money. And Reichel with the extra yardage after the catch. And now Maurer chased out of there. Lets one go deep downfield toward Williams, again on that wheel route coming out of the backfield. And that one broken up and incomplete.
Yeah, and a good job by Maurer avoiding the pressure. And then that throw there, it's kind of like a throwaway. He's going to give his guy a shot, but he knows that, you know, if it's an incomplete pass, that's okay. We avoided the sack, which was goal number 1.
That was Bryson Stewart that time. He just came in unblocked that time. And it broken up, second down and 10. Lions walk up on the edges. Lumberjacks run right up the middle. Williams dropped Rodriguez in on the stop after a gain of about 3, close to midfield. And another third down here for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, really impressive vision there from Williams. That ball is supposed to go kind of B gap to the right, and he cuts back to the far left gap. Really good job seeing that gap open up and getting back over there.
Gain of 3, third and 7. Lumberjacks 6 of 7. 6 for 7 on third down so far tonight. Harris in motion across. Maurer to pass. Now pulls it in. He'll run. Maurer at midfield. Lowers his shoulder over a defender, and this will depend on the spot. He'll pick up the first down as he gets it to the Lion 44-yard line.
Yeah, and showing off that athleticism. He's a really big kid, but he can move really well. Third down like that, they go into man coverage. Defenders' backs are to him. That turns into quarterback draw.
And you see Maurer there just, again, using that 6'5", 215 pounds with a head of steam, picks up that 1 yard needed there to get the first down. First and 10 now. Fresh running back in there now. This is Jenkins, the freshman, and on his first carry of the night, he'll take it down inside the 40, and they'll give him forward progress close to the 38, and another helmet comes
Officials
off.
timeout. Number 55 defense, helmet off.
So he will come out. But that's a gain of about 6 yards for Jalen Jenkins, a freshman out of Cedar Hill.
Yeah, we haven't seen Wembley since about the first quarter, so must have something going on there.
Williams back in there. Actually, he and Jenkins both in the huddle now. So 2 backs in the backfield here with Maurer. Maurer, 2 receivers out right. They motion out that way. Fake it. Now back underneath. This is to Williams. Williams makes one man miss. Can't make the second miss, and he goes down after a gain of about 1. Lions do a good job of getting to the ball there to hold that one to a short gain. Luke Williams, also from Bullard, with the tackle that time for Texas A&M Commerce. LeVar Lindo checks in as a tight end here for the Lumberjacks. As Jenkins stays in the backfield on 3rd down and 3. Jenkins hit in the backfield, stood up and then pushed back, and he will actually lose about a yard. Back to the 38-yard line. Texas A&M Commerce does a good job that time on 3rd and 3. And now the Jacks will look at 4th and 4.
Yeah, it looked like Michael Surface kind of got through that SFA offensive line early on and got the ball carrier in the backfield, no gain at all.
Jarrett Porterfield out there at right guard now. Keegan Holm at left guard. And Castro in at center up front for the Lumberjacks. They'll go for it on 4th and 4. Maurer wants to pass. Maurer with time. Outside, caught, short of the sticks. Harris trying to get there, and he will be stopped and dropped at the 35-yard line, a yard short of the line to gain. And SFA will turn it over on downs as Kylon Harris can't get the 1 more yard they needed to convert.
Yeah, we'll see if he can extend the ball here.
Ruling on the field is the runner short of the line to gain. 1st down, Texas A&M. Timeout.
It's a little bit hard to see where the ball was.
So timeout on the field, 6:24 to go. First half, 14-7. Lumberjacks lead it over the Lions. Back with more. This is United Athletic Conference Football. In the first half, Lumberjacks lead at 14-7. Texas A&M Commerce take it over. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. They'll run it left side up to about the 38-yard line for the Jacks. Rally, get there and push them back. Aaron Sears leading the charge for the Lumberjacks. You see Sears there. Gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6. Again, triumphant Olatunji, who started the first 3 games at safety, out the last couple of weeks. Sears saw a lot of playing time last week, led them in tackles. He's doing a good job here tonight. 2nd down and 6. Josh Magana at quarterback. Turn with a full house backfield. Handed off, coming left. Bouncing it outside his Branch. Branch will get to the boundary, get dragged out of bounds by Luke Watson. Gain of about 4. And they'll look at 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and Watson does a good job here of playing it inside to out, kind of playing it slow, making sure he doesn't give up anything right up the gut, and then forcing the ball carrier to the sidelines.
That was Sheminsky Rucker on that last carry. So Rucker in there, one of the 3 backs that they've played so far this season and tonight. So 3rd down and 2. They need to get to the 45-yard line. Give it inside, picking his way, and a tackle from behind. And that's Watson with a tackle for the Lumberjacks that will save the 1st down, as Rucker got 1 of the 2, and it's 4th and 1 from the 44-yard line.
And it looks like A&M Commerce is going to leave their offense out and go for this 4th and 1.
They're 3 for 5 so far tonight on 3rd down. They've not attempted a 4th down tonight. On the year, they're only 2 of 8 converting. They've got 4th and 1. Play action. Magana rolls right, pressure, dumps it underneath, caught, but Lumberjacks will drop it for a loss. As again, Luke Watson stays with Elder, and he is all over him as he makes the grab, and they'll lose yardage. And SFA now stops the Lions on a 4th down, and will take over with 4:29 left in the first half, leading 14-7. We'll take another quick timeout. Back with more. This is United Athletic Conference Football. I've broken up, incomplete. Ball just a little bit underthrown, and that allowed the DB to get back there and help break that up.
Yeah, right there at the last minute, there's pressure in Mauer's face, and he's not quite able to step in fully to that throw, or else that's probably a touchdown.
Jordan Polk gets back there and breaks it up. Intended for Kylon Harris. Second down and 10 now. Lumberjacks lead this one 14-7. Take it over after getting a stop on 4th and 1 at the 40-yard line. And Lumberjacks on second down will run it with Anthony Williams. A gain of a yard, 3rd down and 9. And again, after a hot start, first 2 possessions moved the ball very, very well. They were 5 for their first 5 on 3rd downs, but now they're 2 for 4 since that point.
Yeah, and you start off with a great field position. You're in 2-down territory here. You got to cut this at least in half, knowing that 4th down we'll probably got a chance to go for it here after kind of almost like a free possession after our defense forced that turnover on downs.
Kyon Wafer comes in. He's in motion now across. And Maurer wants to pass. Deep seam route. Harris is there, makes the grab, still on his feet inside the 10, and then stood up, and they will. That ball came loose at the end. I would have thought forward progress would have been stopped, but the ball was ripped free. And apparently covered by Harris. So the Lumberjacks will have it 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to go quick here. They don't want anybody to have a chance at reviewing this.
So Maurer gets him to the line of scrimmage. Looks here to the near sideline looking for his play. So much for going quickly. Now handed off inside Williams, the big back. Williams down inside the 5, down to about the 2. Where he has dropped Jordan Polk in on that stop, along with Thunderberg, the defensive end. 2nd down and goal now. And here's that big play again a moment ago. It's Harris again. Ball a little bit behind him but caught. Polk was there, but then Harris is able to get another 15 yards or so. And that's when I thought, well, they'll hold him up. They were holding him up. They ripped the ball free. And apparently Harris got back on top of it. Jacks again handed to Williams down to the 1. Where he's ridden down by Darrell Ware.
And with Mauer's size, this is the area where you expect him to be the ball carrier with an extra lead blocker with Williams.
Here's motion across from right to left. The give inside Williams, stood up at the line of scrimmage and then pushed back. As again, not much room inside. Warren Robinson, the defensive end, came crashing in to help. But no push that time against this line front. And with 1:52 left.
Commerce calls their first time out of the half. Timeout on the field.
I guess we'll take a timeout. 1:52 to go. Back after this. This is United Athletic Conference football. Minute 52 left here in the first half. 14-7 SFA. They've got it 4th and goal now at the 1-yard line. Motion Harris. Ball inside. Touchdown Williams.
Yeah, and Maurer kind of looked like maybe the ball hit the ground, but I think Williams just took it from him and ran it in. Maurer was expecting to pull it.
So Williams said, I'm keeping this one. I see a gap. It was right there. Williams dives into the end zone. Lumberjacks. Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the night, 1st rushing touchdown of the ball game. That extends the lead to 20-7 as Campos is on to tackle on the extra point with 1:49 left here in the first half. And penalty flags at the snap.
Ball start. Number 66 offense. 5-yard penalty. Tries attempted from the 8-yard line.
The Lumberjacks took over after a stop on 4th and 1 at the 44-yard line. They get a negative play, a tackle for a loss. They took over inside the 40 and will have moved this about 38 yards for this scoring drive. And go up 14 now with 1:49 left here in the first half. Campos' kick is up and good. 21-7. Lumberjacks lead it over the Lions.
We mentioned not seeing Wembley, SFA's kind of feature back, but Williams has come in and had 2 scores and looked really good in relief for him.
He caps off that drive there with that 2-yard touchdown run officially. And again, the Jacks took over officially at the A&M Commerce 37-yard line. So 37-yard drive. 7 plays, and Williams from 2 yards out. And it's 21-7. And the Lions got that one explosive play on their first possession of the night. Reggie Bush, a 63-yard touchdown run. And since then, they've been able to stay on the field. Lumberjacks have had a hard time getting them off the field on third downs, but they've stalled when they get it down into scoring position, just the one long explosive. And that's really been it so far tonight, but that's really kind of the story of their season. Points have been hard to come by. Campos now to kick it away. Short kick to the 5. Returned up the hash and breaking it outside at the 25, out to the 30, and forced out of bounds along about the 32-yard line. So the Lions with a decent return. They'll have good field position. Still with 1:42 left here in the first half, and I think that they've got they've got 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, and you talked about that first drive with the explosive play. They scored in 4 plays on their first opening offensive drive. So 1:42 with 2 timeouts. This offense has shown the ability to make something happen here. Now, can they actually execute it is the big question.
So Magana, the quarterback, back out there. Has 3 receivers out to the left. Short set, looks left, dumps it underneath. Lumberjacks jump that little drag pattern underneath to the tight end. And break it up. Jeremiah Walker was there as they were trying to come to Dinkelman, the backup tight end, to transfer from Texas A&M Kingsville. See it right there. And again, and they've done quite a bit of that. Run everybody off, drag somebody across back underneath, and that time the Lumberjacks stay on that drag pattern underneath and break it up. 2nd down and 10. Magana again, a little quick slant. That one thrown behind his intended receiver. Incomplete. Trying to go to Kapara.
Again, TK Lord there in coverage, really good job. Just kind of forcing Magana to hesitate just a little bit, and that throws behind him.
Magana now 8 of 14 on the night, 52 yards. Elder, the only receiver for the Lions with more than 1 catch. He's got 3 of them for a total of 14 yards.
And A&M Commerce is kind of a little bit in a pickle here. You got 1:34 left. You've thrown the ball twice. If you haven't run off any time, you don't want to risk the chance of giving Stephen F. Austin too much time to go and score another one before the half.
And now as they begin motion, now they take a timeout.
Commerce calls their 2nd timeout. 30 seconds.
So the Lions take a timeout to make sure they're on the same page here. They look at 3rd down and 10. And on 3rd downs so far tonight, they're 3 for 6. Lumberjacks now 8 of 11 on 3rd downs tonight, 1 of 2 on 4th downs. Lions are 0 for 1 on 4th down, but you would think here, if they can't convert, they'll certainly kick this away. But as you point out, I mean, they haven't taken much time off the clock. They got it back with about 1:50 left. So they've taken 20, 25 seconds off the clock here.
Yeah, and Stephen F. Austin also has 3 timeouts, so they can take a timeout regardless of what Texas A&M Commerce does here. So you better pick up a 1st down if you're A&M Commerce, or you're looking at a pretty large hole going into the half.
Magana, screen it right. Jacks are there, and they will force this one out of bounds for a loss of about 3, and as I said, force it out of bounds. So that will stop the clock, or I thought it would have. Clock's still running.
Yeah, and it looks like Coach Carthel is going to call a timeout, but right here, he goes backwards first. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why the clock isn't stopped.
Jeremiah Walker among the Lumberjacks to corral him and force him out of bounds over there.
And Coach Carthel did not call it.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 28 seconds. 1:28. The clock will start on the next snap.
There you go.
Still running, so they'll stop it. Put a minute 28 back on there. So the Jacks, they'll get it back with about a minute 20 left. And all 3 timeouts remaining. So plenty of time here. So far on a couple of punts, they've just had a fair catch on each. I suspect they see if they set up the return this time, or try to. High wobbling kick, fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. So you would think if they could move it 40 yards, get it down to about the 30, that would allow Campos an opportunity. So you got a minute 22 left, 3 timeouts, and that probably is your goal. Obviously, you want to put it in the end zone if you can on a big play, but get it down there and try to get 3 here to extend a 21-7 lead.
Yeah, well, I think your number one goal if you're this coaching staff is telling Brian Maurer, look, it's 21-7 at worst case scenario. Do not go out here and throw an interception, do anything that's going to cost that to be anything less than 21-7. If we can get in the field goal range, if we can get in the end zone, that's just an added bonus. We talked about the turnovers in the pregame. This is an area where you have to be careful of that.
4-man rush. Maurer over the middle and right there. A pick at the 40. Return it downfield 30, 25, 20, and down to the 15-yard line. Goes Jordan Polk, and that's exactly what you just talked about. That's exactly what he does. Throws it right to Polk and allows the Lions perhaps to get back into this one trailing 21-7.
And I mean, Polk makes a good play, but he stares it down the whole way. He throws it right to Polk. Really great return by Polk, getting it down to about the 15-yard line and giving A&M Commerce a golden opportunity to cut this deficit before half. Remember, they're going to get the ball at the start of the second half as well.
So a minute 11 now. More than enough time to go to work here. They take over at the SFA 15-yard line. Magana, Bobineau, and Potts inside right now for the Lumberjacks. Magana wants to pass. He throws the fade toward the corner. Caught. Touchdown, Lions. At the pylon. As the Lions, one play, cut the lead in half with a minute 5 left here in the first half.
Yeah, just the absolute worst-case scenario for Stephen F. Austin. We talked about it going out onto that drive. The last thing you want to do is turn it over. Turn it over, turns into 7 points. Now it's 21-14 going into the half instead of 21-7.
So the Lions on for the extra point here with a minute 5 left. So each team with a touchdown here inside the final 2 minutes of the first half, and it's a 21-14 ball game here with a minute 5 left. Now, does the approach change? You're taking over with a minute 5 and 3 timeouts. Time perhaps to move it down the field, but do you want to risk it now with a quarterback that has shown that, I mean, he's thrown, 8 interceptions now through 3.5 games?
Well, a lot of situations like this comes down to what kind of guy do you have back there. If you've got confidence in his ability to put the past in the past and move forward, then yeah, I think you've got the green light to move forward. If you don't have that kind of confidence, and sometimes that confidence can only come with playing, and this is his first year as a starter. Maybe for Coach Carthel's staff, you're looking at that fact and saying, well, let's just take a knee, get into the halftime. We still got a lead, and regroup in there, come out in the second half with a better game plan. That might be the way that you want to take this, given that this is only his 5th start in his career.
So following the interception, they turn the turnover into 7 points. Magana to Keith Miller from 15 yards out. 21-14, Lions trailing the Jacks. Remember, Lumberjacks attempted an onside kick after their second touchdown of the night. The kick didn't travel 10 yards and then was touched illegally. See if the Lions try anything fancy here. Just kick it away and try to run off the final minute 5. High, short kick. Fielded on the run at the 10. Up the field 20, 30, and breaking through out to the 34-yard line. Go the Lumberjacks. Nice return there by Jalen Jenkins.
Yeah, and that also makes a difference. You get it out to the 34-yard line, and now you feel like, 3 throws can get you in the field goal range. If it's a touchback or you have a messed up return and it's only at the 15, maybe you feel like you can just knee it.
And a penalty flag at the 43-yard line. So will it cost them some yardage here? The officials congregate, and we'll discuss this penalty flag. You would think at that point either a hold or a block in the back. So the discussion continues here amongst this United Athletic Conference crew. And we'll get the explanation.
After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 26, kicking team. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 9, receiving team. The penalty's offset. The down counts. It's first down, SFA.
So offsetting personal fouls, dead ball personal fouls, and it will Jacks will start out 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Maurer and Williams in the backfield here for the Lumberjacks. SFA goes 2 by 2. Lawton Reichel has been his favorite target tonight. See what they do. They'll pass. Maurer with time. Now it evaporates. Ducks, runs, throws downfield, has a man caught across midfield, and out of bounds goes Kylon Harris all the way down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. And that will stop the clock with 55 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and really good job stepping up in the pocket here, avoiding pressure, and keeps his eyes downfield. A lot of guys tuck that right there and just get what they can with their legs. He keeps his eyes downfield and finds Harris for a big gain. Putting the pass in the pass and moving forward. Really good sign from Brian Maurer there.
Maurer again to pass. 4-man rush. Pumps it. Comes underneath. Williams. Williams puts his foot in the ground. Forward. Tripped up and dropped at the 35-yard line. A gain of about 9. Clock will continue to run as the Lumberjacks burn the first
SFA
3
calls their
timeouts.
first timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
So SFA with still 2 timeouts remaining. Still a lot of time to work with, and now they're down far enough where another first down, and you would certainly think you're in Chris Campos' range.
Yeah, and another good decision by Maurer. You saw him kind of pump the ball once. He really wanted to force the ball into a tight window downfield. He makes a good decision to come back underneath, and that's all it takes for these 2-minute drills. You get a lot of like 2 deep man coverages. Anything underneath, if it's one broken tackle, can turn into a 4-yard throw, can turn into a 15-yard gain very quickly.
SFA so far tonight, 48 offensive snaps, 244 yards of offense. Lions have run 25 plays for 144 yards. But the one turnover gave the Lions a short field, and it's a 21-14 SFA lead. 45 seconds left here in the first half. Lumberjacks trying to extend a 7-point lead. Pressure. Maurer delivers deep far sideline, batted into the air and broke it up. That one well covered as he tried to force one in there toward Kyon Wafer. Wafer had the big catch earlier on the deep ball that set them up on their earlier score.
Yeah, and if you are going to try to take a shot outside up to the sideline is where you want to do it for that reason right there. If something goes wrong, the ball's going to go out of bounds and it's no harm, no foul. Where you get in trouble is trying to force them down the middle of the field where there's bodies in there to make an interception.
So 3rd down and 1. Maurer drifts, sets, throws, and incomplete. As the Lions seemed like they were in the pocket, flags fly after that pass incomplete. It could have been a push out of bounds. Anthony Williams, the intended target. He's indicating, as you can see there, that it's going to be against the Lions. Officials meet once again. So they continue to discuss.
There's no foul for an eligible receiver downfield on the offense. The quarterback was legally grounding the ball. Prior to the pass, holding, number 26, defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So holding, defensive holding penalty. And I don't know why there would have ever been a question that he was grounding the ball since he threw it right over the head of his intended receiver.
Yeah, now you're in Chris Campos' range, so you can take a shot at the end zone.
1st and 10. Maurer pumps once. Now goes to the end zone. Downfield jump ball. Broken up, incomplete.
And just a little bit underthrown. If you're going to take that shot, throw it in the back corner of the end zone and let your receiver run under it rather than throwing it a little bit short and giving that defender a chance to make a play on it.
Christian Shaw down back there to break it up, intended for Ty Love. 2nd down and 10. Still 28 seconds left in the half. And Love, you can see Love in the replay there, goes up, tries to high point it, but Shaw's just able to get enough of that to break it up. 2nd down and 10, ball to 25-yard line. Maurer wants it, gets the ball, snap, look over the middle toward the post, a little too high and incomplete.
And that's one he's going to want back. It probably is catchable. I think maybe, I couldn't tell if that was Lindo. Could have got his hands on it, but if you bring that ball down maybe 2 more inches, that's a touchdown.
Yep, tight end right up the seam there, and Lindo with some good speed there. He got back there and was certainly open. And as you said, just off his hands. 3rd down and 10 now. Lions walking up. They bring pressure. Maurer out of the pocket, running toward the sideline. Hit, has the 1st down. They're going to be a little short, and they'll mark him out at the 16-yard line. I thought he got to the 15, but they mark him out at the 16. And it's 4th and 1. That stops the clock with 18 seconds left. SFA was still a timeout to the left.
Really good recognition. They go zero coverage, bring everybody. When he breaks containment right there, there's no one to tackle him.
Here's Williams. Williams up the field, 10-5, stumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. Williams' 3rd touchdown of the night.
Really good job by SFA's offense getting lined up very quickly. Texas A&M Commerce a little bit discombobulated, opens up for Williams to run it in for his 3rd time.
1 receiving touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns now. And Chris Campos to extend the lead back to 14 with just 12 seconds left in the first half. So we've had as much scoring in the last minute and 50 seconds as we did the first 28 minutes of this one. As Campos tacks on the extra point, 28-14, SFA now in front.
Yeah, and it really shows the confidence this staff has in Brian Maurer to, after the pick, the costly pick that brought this thing back to 21-14, to go back out there and put the ball in his hands with a minute left to say, hey, you got to leave that where it is and go forward and try to score here before the half.
So nice drive, nice way to answer. The Lumberjacks again, they start the drive at the 48-yard line. And then 8 plays, get it down the field and score. And that started off after the good return and then the unsportsmanlike penalty added on to that return. Get it near midfield and able to move it down the field and score in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think a lot of staffs after that interception probably go out there, take a knee, and go into the half satisfied with the lead and ready to regroup. But this staff's ability to look forward, to have confidence in their guys, and go out here and put another score on the board before half, really good sign moving forward.
So Campos to kick it away with 12 seconds left here in the first half. And as Hunter pointed out earlier, we saw a lot of Gerald Wembley, but not much here in the second quarter. So we'll try to figure out what's going on there. Campos, a little short sky kick. Fielded on the run. 2 of the upbacks run into one another. They field it cleanly, though. And then the return out to about the 33-yard line. Whistles stopping things. Sears downfield to cover that for the Lumberjacks. And A&M Commerce will have 1 snap with 7 seconds left. Down by 14. Lumberjacks now 269 yards of offense here in the first half. So the offense piling up the yardage tonight, 28 first half points.
Yeah, it's been, they settled for a field goal on 1. I think they went for it and didn't get it, and then they had the turnover right there late. Other than that, they've really had their way offensively.
Magana turns, handoff inside. This is Branch. Branch with some power gets it out to about the 40. He'll pick up 7 yards, and that'll be the end of the first half. So
This is the end of the first half.
30 minutes in the book here tonight. And one of the final non-conference tune-ups of the year for both teams. Both teams will go back to conference play next week, but 28-14, Lumberjacks lead it over the Lions here at Homer Bryce Stadium. Back with the half. After this is United Athletic Conference football. Kick it away. After scoring 14 points, the final minute 49 of the first half, they lead at 28-14. Lions bobble the kickoff, chase it down at the 2. Jacks downfield to cover. And now a foot race to the boundary, and the Lions will avoid a big disaster and get it back to about the 16-yard line. But that could have been trouble as they're able to give themselves some breathing room. They'll have it first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, really fortunate to get it back to the 16. When I saw the ball, bobbled right there at the 2-yard line, I thought, man, they're going to be starting their opening drive in bad field position. But still not great field position, but a lot better than what I thought it would be.
Josh Magana, their quarterback, 10 for 16, 64 yards, 1 touchdown, completed 62% of his passes in the first half. Elder with 3 catches for 14 yards, Miller with 2 for 29, and the lone touchdown of the night. They will run it on first down, coming left. And they will get a couple out to about the 18-yard line. As on that first down carries Rucker. Rucker in the first half had 2 carries for a total of 5 yards. Branch leads them with 5 carries, 73 yards, and a TD. Magana again out of the gun, 4-man front for the Lumberjacks. And Magana looking to the far side to get the play here. Gets what looks to be man coverage here by the Lumberjacks. They bring an extra guy and they get home. And breaking a tackle in the backfield is Rucker. He can't get away from Luke Watson, however. The Jacks got penetration from Dylan Tooker and others. And Watson ends up cleaning up that play, and that's a loss all the way back to the 12-yard line. And that will bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Bobineau gets in there first, just splits the double team, does a great job of blowing that run play up. And then you can see Luke Watson there to clean it up after the fact.
So 3rd down now, 15, or 3rd and 14 officially for the Lions as they need to get it out to the 26-yard line. Ball just inside the 12 as Magana looks it over. Rucker in the backfield with him to his right. Magana, short roll right. Trying to get away from R.J. Smith. Throws it downfield. Has a man caught near the 25, and they're going to pick up the first down on 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and again, it's just like the tail of the first half. Magana moving, buying himself some time, finding late receivers. When you're in man coverage defensively, you've got to get pressure early. It's a lot of time to cover a receiver when you start getting 4, 5, 6 seconds into a play.
Kepra with the catch, 1st and 10 Lions. Running play coming left. Tackle missed in the backfield. Second man, though, will make the stop at the 25-yard line. As again, that was Dylan Tooker coming downhill hard. Brandon Lane is there to help finish him off. And that will be a loss of 1 back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Tooker from that safety position is, he's starting 12 yards deep, and then he's coming downhill and getting pressure in the backfield. A really good explosive play from him.
Reggie Branch in the backfield now with Magana. Jacks walk up press on the edges. Magana, little counter. That's what they scored on in the first half. This time, though, the Lumberjacks stay home as Jermaine Brown leads the charge. Bobineau's there to help finish him off for SFA as Branch will be stopped for another loss of 1, and it's 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, 3rd down has been the Achilles heel of this SFA defense. Can they get it together here and force a punt?
And again, just a little counter move. This flow starts right and then back against the grain. And again, the Branch got out the backside in that first quarter and went 63 yards. That time, Jacks drop it for a loss of 1. Magana rolls right, looks to the far sideline, and that one too high and wide, incomplete. TK Lloyd there in coverage for the Lumberjacks. The intended receiver, Buckner, over his head. And on 4th and 12, Lions will send out the punt team.
And a good decision by Magana to just throw it out of bounds. And, a punt here is better than a turnover. TK Lloyd was in the perfect position. He could not have thrown that ball anywhere and not put it in jeopardy.
Mitchell McGarry on to punt for the Lions. He's punted twice for 34.5-yard average. Both punts have been had fair catches. Harris is back deep for the Jacks. This one a nice driving kick. Drives Harris back inside his 30, where he will make the fair catch at the 27-yard line. 47 yards on that punt. No return. Lumberjacks take over for the first time here in the third quarter, leading by 14, 28-14.
That was a really nice punt.
Yeah.
Did he punt it from his own 10-yard line?
Just about.
Is that where he was standing? So really nice punt there.
Yeah, 49, I think, officially on that punt. No return, so great net, too. So here are the Lumberjacks for the first time here in the third quarter. Williams to his right, breaks tackle, stays on his feet. Williams at the 40 and all the way out to the 44-yard line goes Anthony Williams. A gain of 17 and a first down for the Lumberjacks.
A really good job by Williams fighting through contact, keeping his feet moving, and picking up that first down.
Williams in the first half, 14 carries, 58 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. You see the contact there, runs through 3 arm tackles, then regains his balance, gets another 6 or 7 yards out of it.
And it was really opened up by Castro, the center, getting up to that second level and getting his hands on those linebackers.
Second down, or 1st and 10 now. Mullins, the tight end, into a wing left. And Williams fake it to him, trying to go down the far sideline. Maurer overthrows his intended receiver, who was well covered down there.
Yeah, well covered with Maurer's athleticism. That's a spot where later in his career, where he's a little more developed, he'll just pull that one down, pick up 4 or 5 yards with his legs, and get out of bounds, out of harm's way.
Christian Shaw down there in coverage for Texas A&M Commerce. And that will bring up second down and 10. 10:49 to go third quarter, 28-14, SFA in front. Maurer pull it out, he's hit. And he'll go down. First sack of the night given up by the Lumberjacks. And it's come crashing in there from his nose guard spots, Patrick Brown. Lions had 8 sacks a week ago, their first tonight. Yep, Keegan Holm, I guess, just let him get across his face there as Brown comes inside and able to hit Maurer after the play action.
Yeah, and it almost looked like Keegan kind of stepped to his right, thinking that's where Brown was going to pressure him, and just kind of lets Brown go right by his left side untouched.
Loss of 5, 3rd and 15, and now flags at the snap.
And they're going to get Keegan again right here with a false start.
False start. Number 66 offense. 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
So 3rd and 20 now for the Lumberjacks. This moves the ball all the way back to the 33-yard line. They need to get it to the Lion 47-yard line to convert. So 3rd and 20. Not many in the playbook for this. See if these got the time. They'll rush 3 and drop 8. Maurer, clean pocket, steps up, rolls right, looks downfield, has a man, Lawton Reichel, diving, sliding catch made at midfield, but a gain of 17, needed 20, and that'll bring up 4th and 3.
That was a really good throw. The moment he let that one go, I thought, oh, man, I think that's going to get picked. But he actually throws it over that linebacker's head and drops it perfectly with good touch there to get the ball to Lawton.
Reichel having a big night. 7 catches now for 70 yards, 73 yards. And that brings up 4th and 3, and the Lumberjacks leave the offense out there. Harris in motion. Swing it to him. Caught. Breaks a tackle, has the first down, near sideline, bumped out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark him out at the Lion 37-yard line. So on 4th and 4, Jacks run that little swing pass out in the flat. Harris makes it work. 1st and 10 SFA.
Yeah, really good job by Harris catching that ball, getting upfield, breaking that one arm tackle, and picking up the first down.
Bunch 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, single receiver up top. And now Maurer will hold things up, gets them set at the line of scrimmage. Swing it out to Harris once again. He gets a block from Reichel that time. Not a lot, but move it down inside the 35 to the 34, gain of about 3. And as you've heard people say for the last several years, just an extension of the run game. Just get it out there on the edge, try to make one guy miss and see what can happen.
Yeah, it's just a math equation. If you've got numbers in the box, hand it off and run it. If you don't have numbers in the box, throw it out there and pick up what you can.
Gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 here for the Lumberjacks. Lions again this time put 7 in the box. And they will run it. Coming left, Williams, who's getting most of the work here tonight. Anthony Williams down to about the 31-yard line, just a couple. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for SFA at the 31. We were told at the half that Gerald Wembley has a problem and will not return. Still on the sideline, so that's good news. But will be held out the rest of the night. Trips down to the right. Maurer to pass. Quick slant over the middle. Caught at about the 25-yard line and spun down. That's Kylon Harris.
Really good concentration. It's a lot of times those receivers, when they're coming across the middle of the field like that, knowing they're going to take a shot, you see them take their eyes off the ball and they drop that throw, a decent percentage right there. But he does a good job of keeping his eyes on it and bringing it in.
Jacks convert. Quick out. Reichel inside the 20. Ridden out of bounds. At about the 17-yard line. It's Lumberjacks right now going to the quick game. Hitting them on the quick outs and then back over the middle. And getting chunks now. 8 yards on that one. 2nd down and 2. And the Lions have a man go down.
Yeah, he's cramping up.
Yep.
I couldn't tell if it was Brown Jr.
Officials timeout for a defensive injury, number 95.
Yep. So Patrick Brown, who had that sack a moment ago.
Timeout.
Their nose guard. And we've got conflicting signals here. Referee says timeout. Red Hat says keep it rolling. Now he walks out of the field, so we'll take the timeout. 7:20 to go, 3rd quarter. 28-14, SFA in front. On the move. Back after this. This is United Athletic Conference football. Back to action on 2nd down and 2. Lumberjacks run it inside, pick up the 1st down as they'll move the sticks. 7 minutes remain here in the 3rd quarter. Fresh set of downs. They'll mark the ball down at the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10 there for the Lumberjacks. At the 13. Again, not a nice, efficient drive here in the 3rd quarter. Williams approaching 100 yards on the night. Sets and blocks Maurer to the end zone. Harris getting bumped as he gets into the end zone, and that's going to draw a penalty flag. Coverage back there that time by Max Epps, the free safety, again, who among the nation's leaders in interceptions, had 4 picks.
Pass interference. Defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic 1st down.
So Epps apparently just grabbed Harris there, and they said it happened in the end zone, so it'll be 1st and goal, Lumberjacks at the 2.
Yeah, as soon as Harris broke towards the corner, Epps kind of grabbed him, wouldn't let him get out of his break. They're going to call that every time.
SFA will bring in its power pack as they bring in an extra tight end, Mullins, and then split 2 linemen out wide right. Now they'll motion back in, and heavy bunch, 2 backs in the backfield here with Maurer. They'll act as a lead blocker for Maurer, who is hit in the backfield and will be stopped at about the 3. If he were perhaps a little bit more patient, let those lead blockers actually get out in front of him, but Lions had great penetration.
Yeah,
they weren't going to let it take place.
There was about 3 Lions that just wrapped him up as soon as he got near the line of scrimmage. Really good job by that defensive line of getting penetration through that offensive line and getting in the backfield.
That's a loss of 1, back to the 4. So the SFA this time will spread the field. Harris in motion. Swing it out to him, right side. Now a race to the pylon. Kylon Harris wins it. Touchdown SFA. Harris into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. Maurer's 3rd passing touchdown of the night.
And for any Lumberjack fans or maybe New York Jet fans that know of Xavier Gibson, they're using Harris a lot in this offense the way that they use Xavier Gibson in the past, getting him on the edge with the ball in his hand. He's got a ton of speed, so they bring him in motion here. He's got a step on the defender, and it's just get him the ball and let it be a foot race to the pylon, and no one's going to catch him.
Yep, he breaks that ankle tackle there at about the 3-yard line, and Harris to the pylon, and Campos now on for the extra point, which will give SFA its largest lead of the night as Campos bangs that one through. And with 5:51 to go here in the 3rd, we've got a new score. Stephen F. Austin leads at 35-14 over the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce. Back after this, this is United Athletic Conference football. Up by 21 now over the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce.
And when Maurer is in rhythm and keeping his base under him, he's a very effective thrower. It's only when that base starts getting a little loose on him that we've seen the interceptions.
Chris Campos to kick it away for the Lumberjacks, who lead by 21 now, 35-14. In Oxford, Mississippi, 7 minutes to go in that ball game in the SEC. Number 13 LSU leads Ole Miss 49-40. Another short kick. This one, Jacks say they have it. Officials coming in they're going to spot it at about the 45. The two line judges come up. They're talking. Still no official indication. They spot the ball at the 46-yard line. I think it's going to be SFA football.
Yeah, and A&M Commerce, the same kind of lineup as the first time the Jacks tried that. Their middle man on that front line is playing about 3 yards behind the rest of
Bring
them.
on the field as the kick was recovered by the kicking team. It's first down, SFA.
And they're just kind of inviting that slow roll onside kick.
So SFA, again, trying to take advantage of it. We'll watch it here. Again, the first time they attempted it, the ball just didn't roll. Needed 10 yards. This time, Campos screening it, waits for it to get the 10 yards, and then falls on it. And, again, using what is a big body to kind of shield the Lion return man away from it.
The ruling of a recovery by the kicking team is under review.
There's not a ton of kickers in the country that look like they could also play defensive tackle, but if you've got one, it's a great asset for a move like that.
Chris is listed at 5'11", 255, which seems like a nice round number. So they will review this to make sure that it traveled the necessary 10 yards. It appeared, at least from that end zone view that we had, that, again, Campos was kind of screening it, waiting for it to get over the 45-yard line, and then fell on it.
Now, I know touchdowns and turnovers are automatically reviewed. Is this considered a turnover, and that's why maybe it's automatically reviewed?
Perhaps. Every play is reviewed.
That's
and
true.
At any time, the replay booth can call down and say, I want to look at this again.
But I don't think there's any question that it rolled 10 yards.
And we will get one more shot of it here from up top. And that one you can see right there, Campos falling on it. He was beyond the 45-yard line, or so it appeared. But you can see at the bottom of your screen the field judge. He comes in and immediately confers with the official at the other 45 to make sure that it traveled the necessary 10 yards. See, they don't even go to the pile.
Yeah, I think what they might be looking at is Campos, he almost kind of reaches back and grabs it. So it's not necessarily where his body falls, it's where
the ball is.
Right. And so if he touched the ball before the 45-yard line, then, there's a case to be made here. But I didn't think that he reached back far enough for that to be an issue.
So the official, again, you can see him top of the screen back there. He continues to look into the monitor and watch the replay here in a 35-14 ball game. Headset off, and we'll get an explanation from him. Referee tonight, Michael Frayne.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It's Stephen F. Austin ball, first down.
So the Lumberjacks take over on the successful onside kick. After completing a 13-play, 73-yard drive that took 5:43 off the clock, they get the ball right back, and we'll go back to work 54 yards away.
Yeah, and I think if you're SFA staff, with the way your offense has controlled this game, the way your defense is starting to come alive, you feel like 42-14 is kind of the dagger.
Maurer shot downfield, has a man-to-man down there, but overthrows him. Incomplete, trying to go to Ty Love. Coverage running stride for stride with him. Jalen Jenkins in the backfield now for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, we've seen the kind of one of the MOs of this offensive staff is to take a shot on first down, especially after a turnover, onside kick recovery, anything like that. You can bet on them taking a shot on first down.
Isaiah Davis, transfer from UT San Antonio, now flanked up top of your screen. On the quick out toward Chad Awney, who sees his first pass attempt of the year. Awney off his hands, incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd and 10.
I couldn't see which A&M Commerce defender that was, but there was a defender in the area that almost got his hands on that ball for an interception.
So Love and Harris now flank out wide right.
I think it might have been Damon LaFrance, 35.
Chad Awney, the tight end to the left. Now Harris in motion coming that way. Awney trying to go up top, has a man wide open, downfield 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Stephen F. Austin. Kion Wafer into the end zone, Lumberjacks. A big play, stretch the lead, 41-14.
A&M Commerce just brought the house and went straight up man coverage, bring as many as they can. They turned Wafer loose, and a great ball by Maurer, and it's off to the races. No one there to catch him.
Wafer into the end zone for the first time tonight. In fact, the first time this year as Wafer had 7 catches for 75 yards coming in. He's added a couple here tonight, first time in the end zone. And Campos to tackle on the extra point here with 5:33 to go. As his kick is up and good.
Got a flag. I don't know if SFA moved or if A&M Commerce moved, but there was some movement up front.
They're looking here to the near side, talking to Colby Carthel, and I suspect he will decline.
Offside. Number 7. Defense. The penalty is declined. The try is good. Timeout.
So Brian Maurer extends the lead as he hits Kion Wafer, 42-14. Stephen F. Austin in control, 5:33 left in the third quarter. This is United Athletic Conference football. Lumberjacks in control now over Texas A&M Commerce. 2 touchdowns here in a 20-second span of the third quarter following the successful onside kick. You would think that A&M Commerce now is going to pay a little attention to that.
Yeah, you can tell the middle guy on their front row is not dropped back anymore. They're alert to what we've done twice now.
And this kick kicked away into the end zone a yard deep for the touchback, and the Lions will start out 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So SFA, that was really one of their early scores set up by a big play, but otherwise, that was a 3-play, 54-yard drive, 54 of it coming on that pass completion, Maurer to Wafer, to make it 42-14. Other than that, though, they've scored on a 13-play drive, an 8-play drive, a 7-play, 37-yard drive, an 8-play, 80-yard drive, and then their first drive of the night, 15-play, 75 yards. So it's been kind of methodical. That's the way I think that this offense is going to operate throughout the year.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do with that onside kick right there. You feel like with the way your offense is controlling the game, methodically moving the ball down the field, 42-14 makes it pretty much insurmountable for Texas A&M Commerce.
Hargrove back in the backfield now. Magana wants to take a shot, has a man streaking downfield, and that one off his hands and incomplete. Had him out there. That was Elder, I think, who falls to the turf trying to make that grab, and it goes incomplete. Jack's almost come up with it on the deflection.
Yeah, it looked like it hit Elder in the hands, and then as he's going to the ground, maybe his own leg kind of forces it up into the air.
We'll watch the replay right here, but again, a well-thrown ball, man. He put it right on the numbers. He almost stumbled right there going down, and that probably broke up his concentration there.
Yeah, he kind of stumbled. The ball still hits him in the chest, and when he hits the ground almost forces it to cough him up.
Swing it out left side. First down, Texas A&M Commerce as they swing it out in the left flat. Catch made and a first down. As that grab made that time by Buckner. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Lions again came in. They were averaging 247 yards a game total offense, but they've had a pretty decent night tonight. They'll run it here on 1st and 10 off left tackle. They'll get about 8 that time. And set up 2nd down and 2 is Bobineau and Jeremiah Walker, Luke Watson, all there for the Lumberjacks along with Marjay Smith, but that's a gain of 8 for Hargrove.
Yeah, that drop ball notwithstanding, they've had some big plays in this game that's really kind of kept them hanging around for a lot of it.
Double wing, play action out of it, swing it out right flat, caught, broken tackle, midfield into SFA territory, and down inside the 40-yard line will go the tight end.
It looked like, I think, Aaron Sears got there in the backfield. Right as he catches it there, Sears lays a hit on him but doesn't wrap him up.
Nice run after the catch that time by the Lions. Preston Kilgore with that catch and run. Move it into Lumberjack territory. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Magana turn, handoff right side. Hargrove running hard down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Brandon Lane gets up along with Jeremiah Walker at the bottom of the stack. But again, Hargrove, man, once he gets rolling, he's got to hit a steam quickly.
Yeah, he does a good job of getting his head down and getting positive yards. A lot of backs want to dance and try to make guys miss. Hargrove does a really good job of getting positive yards.
Gain of 6 on that one. 2nd down and 4 now. Magana, short roll left, sets, throws, far sideline. A little bit underthrown, hits the defender in the back, and his head never came around, and that's going to draw a penalty flag. In decent position, but again, he never turned his head. That's going to draw the penalty. As Marseille Taylor was over there at the corner for the
Pass
Lumberjacks.
interference, number 37, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Officials timeout for an offensive player injury.
You mentioned him not turning his head. That makes it a very easy call for the referee here. If you don't get that head turned, they're going to throw the flag every time.
And you see it coming out there, but again, that was Marseille Taylor who was in coverage. Dylan Tooker, the safety, was trying to get over to help. And the Lions with an injured man down behind it. He's up and off to the far side of the field. So they'll have a fresh set of downs to work with at the 19-yard line after the walk-off against the Lumberjacks, who lead 42-14 with 3:13 to go here in the third. A&M Commerce opens up Southland Conference play next week against McNeese. Lumberjacks will be in St. George, Utah, to return to United Athletic Conference play against Utah Tech. Lions at home, October 7th against McNeese at 7. Magana swing it out left flat. Caught, tripped up, back at the 21-yard line. Nice open field tackle there by T.K. Lloyd. And that'll be a loss of a couple. 2nd and 12 for Texas A&M Commerce. Hargrove with the catch. Clock continues to run, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Final 2 minutes in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss trails LSU 49-47, and Ole Miss on the move. Here, Magana wants to pass. Underneath, broken up, and that's going to draw another penalty flag. Bruce Harmon in coverage for the Lumberjacks this time, and that's either going to be a hold or a pass interference as they got tangled up over there.
Pass interference, number 4, defense. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
And that one looked to me more like they just got their feet tangled up. We saw a similar one. It was a no call earlier in the game. That, to me, kind of looked like the same situation there.
That will give Texas A&M Commerce a new set of downs. They'll move the ball to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 there, Lions. Hargrove in the backfield now with Magana. Short roll. Here's that counter move. Jacks get penetration, and Hargrove will go down in the backfield as the Jacks get great penetration and a play in the backfield. Made back there by Elijah Fields. Loss of 6. You can see it right here. Fields will come from that defensive tackle spot. He just splits the gap.
Yep.
And is there to make the plays. He just beat the left tackle.
Yeah, Kyle Loaf, just no real chance there. Fields is very athletic. I know he's a big kid, but he moves really well.
Magana now. Roll right, pressured. Near sideline, caught, and out of bounds at the 15-yard line will be Elder. Gets most of the lost yardage back and a couple. And that will bring up 3rd down and 8 now for Texas A&M Commerce.
And I've been really impressed with Magagne's ability to throw the ball accurately on the run. He's done that all night. They've had to move the pocket because of the lack of ability to block that defensive line for Stephen F. Austin, but he's done a fantastic job all night moving, buying himself some time, and making accurate throws.
So 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Clock running, 1:25. Play clock at 2, so they will burn
Commerce
the
calls their
timeout.
first timeout of the second half. 30 seconds.
Lions so far tonight, 4 for 9 on 3rd downs, but that's better than their season average. Just under 40% or just over 40% for Texas A&M Commerce here to this point in the game. Coming in, they've been converting at about 23% for the season. But as we talked to Coach Carthel this week, they talked about, he said the thing that I've noticed is they've gotten better each week.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what you want to do. Coach Dalzell, in his first year at Texas A&M Commerce, talked to him on Wednesday. He said it's a process to install a new system. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's certainly not going to happen in 3 weeks, but you just want to get better each week, and that's they certainly, I think, are showing signs that they're doing that.
Yeah, and not only is it a new staff that you've got to install a new system, but this is a transitioning team from Division II to Division I, which makes it even harder. You're trying to figure out, we've got some more scholarships. Who can we recruit now that we couldn't recruit at the Division II level? And also, who can we get into this school that we could get into at Division II level that we can't get quite the same transfers anymore?
Magagne hit as he lets it go out in the flat, caught, but the Lumberjacks get close quickly on it. Jermaine Brown gets there and makes the tackle as the catch is made for no gain. They're going to mark it at the 15-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down and 8 for the Lions, who trail 42-14. So you feel three doesn't do you much good here, so they'll leave the offense on the field.
Really long way for Brown to go to make that play. Really impressive for him from that linebacker position to get way out there in the flat and make that tackle.
Magagne again, pumps, ball knocked free, it's loose, and a big pile. They keep pushing it back, it's still loose, all the way back beyond the 35, and finally it's covered up back there. It will be SFA ball as it was 4th and 8, and it looks like there's a couple of guys down.
Yeah, I think Luke Watson got to the ball first, and he might have gotten banged up a little bit. He's up, but the Texas A&M Commerce player is still down.
One of their big offensive linemen now, he's up as he gets helped off. That was Peyton Ellis, the right tackle out of Bullard. And now Watson up. But after all of that, again, Magagne was hit. The ball was knocked free with 38 seconds left here in the 3rd. We'll watch the replay here. Magagne pumps once, then it just comes out of his hand. And then the madness begins. It's fall on it, and finally it's covered up there. Everybody fighting for it. But it's going to be SFA ball where it's eventually blown dead at the 36-yard line.
And with 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, you really would like your offense to go out here and put together about a 5-6 minute run the ball first drive to try and close this game out.
Lumberjacks now 68 plays so far tonight, 390 yards of offense. Here's Jenkins coming right. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Lions will get there, make the play for no gain. And it's 2nd down and 10 now. Jacks don't have to run a play, but they will here in the 3rd quarter. And they swing it out right side, get it upfield, get the 1st down. Catch and run made outside by the Lumberjacks. That's Isaiah Davis with a catch. Maurer again, deep shot now near side toward Wafer, who's well covered, comes back to try to get it, but is broken up by the defensive back there, Jaden Rios. And
the end of the 3rd quarter.
Will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. End of 3, 42-14. SFA in front of the Lions. Back after this. This is United Athletic Conference football. At Homer Bryce tonight, through 3 quarters, Lumberjacks down even 400 yards of offense. They've run 71 plays. A&M Commerce 42 plays, 180 yards. 105 through the air. They've rushed it 18 times for 75 yards. Jacks have really clamped down because they've got 180 now total for the ball game. I think they had 113 at the end of the first quarter. They did 113 at the end of the first quarter. So the Jacks back to work as they lead at 42-14. Second down. Reverse, coming right. Midfield, and down inside the Lion 45-yard line. A late flag comes in.
And I think that was Wafer was the ball carrier.
And we'll await the penalty flag.
Holding, number 66, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's second down.
So it would be a hold against the Lumberjacks. And they'll mark it back from the spot of the foul, which was at about the Lion 47 or 48-yard line. They'll move it back to the SFA 45. And it will be, I think, 1st and 10 or 1st and 11.
I think it's second down. They ran an extra play right before the quarter broke.
So they get the down box right. It is second down and 11. Little bubble screen inside. Caught downfield, down inside the 40. And the Lumberjacks now starting to employ Isaiah Davis a little bit. Davis with another catch and run. First down SFA.
Yeah, really good job by Davis. It's just a tunnel screen. Gets behind those offensive linemen and then gets a few yards after contact to finish and pick up the first down.
Maurer looks things over here. Fake the give inside. Pumps it once. Little stop and go. Trying to go to Davis again. And this time he gets pushed out of bounds or steps out of bounds. You see the official's hat off down there. Pass incomplete. There are 5 seconds left in Oxford, Mississippi. Suspect they stormed the field over there if Ole Miss hangs on and beats LSU.
I hope they have a detachable goalpost.
Substitutions here, so they'll hold things up. Lions bringing a fresh front four here. They trail 42-14. Their defense has been on the field a lot. Second down and 10. Maurer, tunnel screen outside, caught and driven down at about the 33-yard line is Wafer.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what that was. It looked kind of like a tunnel screen, but there was no offensive lineman going out that way. So I don't know if it was a miscommunication or, just kind of a design little in cut.
Gain of 6. Third down and 4. Maurer drops, comes right, caught Jenkins, makes one man miss and another. Jenkins down inside the 30. He'll have the first down as they'll mark him down at the 28-yard line. As Jalen Jenkins makes a couple of guys miss, picks up the yardage needed. 1st and 10 SFA. They move it with 13-10 left in this one. Swing it out right side. Harris with a blocker in front of him. Kylon Harris down inside the 20, and the Jacks getting bigger chunks now as they'll pick up 10 yards on that one and move the chains once again.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see the tempo that SFA is playing with. You would think with the 42-14 lead they would be kind of slowing this game down, but they're going at a pretty good pace.
Jalen Jenkins again on the option. The little read option, gets it inside. Has his helmet ripped off.
Officials timeout for an offensive player's helmet off, number 24.
So he will come out. And coming into the backfield now for the Lumberjacks will be Jaden Stewart. 5 seconds remaining in Oxford, Mississippi. LSU, perhaps a last-ditch attempt here. Clock running here in Nacogdoches with 12:20 to play. Maurer holds, looks toward the end zone, throws that one away. As again, Jackson ran a little play action, rolled out left. Intended in the area of Kylon Harris, but incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 12:13 to go in this one.
Yeah, he gets out there and just doesn't have anything, so he elects to throw it away. Good decision right there from Maurer.
So third down and 10 now for the Lumberjacks. As Maurer will flank out wide receivers 2 to each side of the field. Now motion across from left to right. Maurer to pass, pumps, throws deep downfield, caught, touchdown Lumberjacks. Kylon Harris into the end zone, and Brian Maurer, a 4-touchdown night.
And he threaded the needle on that one. There was a safety over the top and a linebacker underneath, and he split them perfectly with that throw. Kylon does a great job adjusting to it, catching it, and finishing in the end zone.
As the Jacks add to the lead, 48-14. Campos on for the extra point. Actually, Brian Maurer's 5th passing touchdown of the night. As Campos, the extra point is up and good, and there in Oxford, the field begins to be stormed as Ole Miss has beaten LSU. So madness in Oxford, Mississippi. And here, kind of controlled by the Lumberjacks. They lead 49-14. Timeout on the field. Back after this on the SFA Sports Network. This is United Athletic Conference football. SFA in control here, 49-14 as Chris Campos line drive bouncer down the field. Fielded on a hop at the 15. Return up to the numbers, out over the 20 to the 30, and stopped at the 31-yard line. Extra pushing and shoving going on. And Texas A&M Commerce will start out at their own 31-yard line, trailing 49-14. Jacks have outscored them 21-0 here in the second half. It was 28-14 at the break. Texas A&M Commerce had 113 yards of offense at the end of the first quarter. And as they get ready to take the snap here in the fourth, they've got 180 for the game. So after that first quarter, Lumberjack defense has really settled down and kind of put the clamps on the Lions. Magana, little end, Elder with the grab at the 35. Then he is swarmed by about 5 or 6 Lumberjacks, maybe 10 or 11, and stopped after a gain of about 6, and it'll bring up second down and 4. A lot of new numbers out there for the Jacks, as they'll defend here on second down and 4. Iman Garrison at linebacker now. One of the linebackers. Up front, new tailback for the Lions. Jacks will rally and make the play there. But they'll pick up the first down. As that carry, Darlington Fresh out of San Antonio Smithson Valley with the run that time for Texas A&M Commerce.
And I think SFA has Xavier Potts in there at defensive tackle. Looks like Iman Garrison at that kind of stand-up end, defensive end, linebacker hybrid type situation.
Again, a run up the middle, close to first down yardage. They're going to get 9, maybe 10 yards on that one. As again, Fresh again with the carry. Fresh listed at 5'8", 202 pounds, running back out of Smithson Valley. Picks up 10, first and 10 as they move it into SFA territory, trailing 49-14, 10:24 to go. Magana again to Fresh. Fresh still getting a push from his offensive line, and this time he'll get about 3 yards, take it down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
SFA also has Tayshawn Johnson in there at defensive end, along with Hudson Stroop. So a lot of young guys or transfers that we haven't seen a lot this season getting in there for this defense.
Second down and 6. Lions again. Fresh stays in the backfield. Magana wants to pass this time. Sets. Lofts one up. Has a man down there. Elder at the 15. 10-5. Walk it in. Lions with a big play touchdown for their first points here of the second half, as they cut the lead to 49-20 with the extra point to follow.
Yeah, and Texas A&M Commerce is not just going to, lay down and take this. They're going to fight back and try to put some points on the board. You can put your second and third string guys in there defensively, but they've got to know what they're doing, and they've got to step up to the plate and try to keep this thing, out of reach.
So the second big play touchdown of the night. They had a 63-yard run by Reggie Branch in the first quarter to tie the game at 7. And now Magana, the extra point, hits the upright, so it's no good. It will remain 49-20 after the extra point is missed. You see the replay right here. Magana hits Elder, who gets behind everybody. Walks into the end zone. Touchdown Lions. 49-20, 9:42 to go. Back with more football from the United Athletic Conference. $9:42 to go in this one tonight. Jacks leading it 49-20 over the Lions at Texas A&M Commerce. Lions go 5 plays, 69 yards, 2:26 off the clock. Magana to Elder from 44 yards out. Extra point, no good as this kick short, fielded at the 6. Return, spinning at the 25. That's Jenkins out over the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Jalen Jenkins with the return, freshman from Cedar Hill. He will stay out there. Well, no, he'll come out now as he's been seeing some time in the backfield. He'll come to the sideline here, get in that offensive huddle.
And I think you're going to get a quarterback change here. Preston Weeks is probably who they're going to go with here to close this game out.
So Weeks brings them out. Filled in last week, was 2 for 2 through a touchdown pass. He comes on now with Jalen Jenkins in the backfield with him. Play clock already at 6 as they get set. Chad Awney, the tight end, into a wing left. Play action, swing it out left side, caught out over the 30 and hit immediately. And driven back at the 31-yard line is Cam Dotson. Gain of about 4, second down at 6.
Yeah, good job by Weeks coming in. First throw, it's a RPO look. He reads it right, throws it out there, and picks up 4 or 5 yards.
Nice short open field tackle out there by the Lions. Williams on the stop. Turn, hand it to Jenkins left side. Picks his way through, has a hold across midfield. There is a flag down behind the play as Jenkins takes it all the way down inside the 45-yard line. But I got a feeling this was coming back for a hold.
Holding, number 56, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's second down.
So Castro called for the hold, and that will wipe out the big Jenkins run. As they'll move the ball back to the 21-yard line, and SFA will look at second down and about 16 needed for the first. Lumberjacks 28 first downs on the night. Just shy of 500 yards of total offense. Preston Weeks pulls it out across the slant, across the middle. Caught, ball pops free, loose, picked up Lions. On the return to the 35 and down to the 33. Isaiah Davis with the catch, would have had the first down. Ball came out as he goes to the ground. Lions return it to the 33, and they'll take over. First and 10.
A really good throw here by Weeks. Steps into it, delivers a great throw.
Timeout.
Makes the catch and just couldn't tell if the defender punched it or if he just dropped it.
The recovery and the return. Lions take over with 8:32 to go here in the ball game. Timeout on the field. This is United Athletic Conference football. On the year, that is the first fumble they've lost this season. 4 fumbles, first one that they've lost. It ends up being a turnover. Lions back to work, trailing by 29. Magana, deep post, over the middle, caught, down inside the 15, down to about the 10-yard line. Go the Lions. Tied in on that post move. Takes it down. They'll spot it at the 9. First and goal to go from the 9-yard line.
And Magana's shown some really good touch tonight, throwing the ball, kind of those mid-level throws over the linebackers, under the safeties that take a lot of touch. He's really shined in those throws.
That was actually Zayden Davis, the wide receiver, with that catch. 6'2", 200-pounders out of Colorado Springs. Magana again over the middle, caught at the goal line. Touchdown Lions. And this will bring on an extra flag as they push the receiver out of the end zone and slam him to the turf, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness against the Lumberjacks. I think that Sears is going to be the guilty party. So with 7:51 to go here in the fourth. Big discussion. Back-to-back touchdowns now by Texas A&M Commerce.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, number 49, defense. That penalty is declined after the play was over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit. Number 13, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So Lions will come out and attempt the extra point to cut the lead here to 49-27. And then they'll kick off from midfield, so you would think they'll have an opportunity perhaps to attempt an onside kick of their own here. Jacks have attempted 2 tonight, gotten 1 of them. Nick's extra point try is up and good. So with 7:51 to go, Lions make it 49-27.
And there's nothing a coaching staff hates more than putting in 2s and 3s, and then all of a sudden you fumble the ball, you give up 2 touchdowns, you get a personal foul right here. You can see this one on the replay. It just things start to fall apart. You put those guys in there because you want them to get that experience. You want them to see what it's like. And you expect some mistakes, but you also expect them to play as well as you know they can play. And obviously, for at least on the SFA side of the ball, that's not happening right now.
So a 9-yard touchdown pass, Magana to Davis. And the Lions, I mean, this one, you'll pick it up and say, well, that was going to be, the Texas A&M Commerce adds another touchdown. You pick up the paper tomorrow, but not that anyone picks up the paper. You open your iPad, you look at the final score, and you think, wow, that was a pretty close game. But really not as close as it would appear at this point.
No, a couple late scores given up by the 2s and 3s of the SFA defense make this one look a little closer than it's been really since the late second half.
SFA led 28-14 at the break. Scored 21 unanswered, but now the Lions have added 13 straight. The extra point no good a moment ago, but that one good. So now following the unsportsmanlike penalty, they'll kick from the 50-yard line. And a recovery here, and things certainly could get interesting, you would think. Not that I think that the outcome's in doubt, but there's the extra, the onside kick try, and the rolling ball is fielded by the Lumberjacks on the move. I was trying to get the number. I could not see who fell on that. Was it Jenkins?
I think it was Cameron Dodson.
So he'll cover it at the 42-yard line. SFA back out there, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 7,029 on hand for this one tonight. Most of them have exited the building. 1st and 10. Weeks, handoff left side with some room. 45, 40, 30, 25, 20, and pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Goes Jaden Stewart.
I think there's a flag.
You see Stewart here coming off left tackle. They get it blocked well, and that's the hold, I think.
Number
right
75 offense. 10-yard penalty. Yep. It's 1st down.
Right there as he made the cut upfield. That's going to bring that one back as the penalty flag against the Lumberjacks. Grant Jeffress whistled for that one. That'll push it back to the 36-yard line and wipe out the big Jaden Stewart run. And it'll be 1st and about 16 now needed for the Lumberjacks. Need to get it to the Lion 48-yard line. Stewart tries right side this time. Gets a couple. Back to they're going to give him forward progress to the 40. So he get 4. And it's 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and this is more the speed that we expected. The last drive was going very slow, methodical, keep the ball on the ground and try to kill this game, kill the clock, run this game out.
2nd down and 12. Preston Weeks at quarterback. Wants to pass. Swings it out left side a little high. Off the hands of his intended receiver and incomplete.
Got a flag out on the far sideline, top of the screen.
Near the line of scrimmage. Play wasn't stopped, so you would think perhaps offsides.
I think they're going to get an ineligible
man.
downfield, yes.
See the official looking over toward Coach Dalzell, trying to find out if he wants it or he just wants
Ineligible
third
receiver
down.
downfield. Number 80 was covered up on the line of scrimmage. The penalty is declined. It's third down.
So alignment error, so he was covered and then goes downfield. So somebody wasn't back off the ball like they were supposed to be. So now third down and 12. Weeks again takes the snap, four-man rush. Steps up, near sideline. Dotson down there is there, makes the grab. And apparently gets a foot down in bounds. They'll spot him out at the 29-yard line. Cam Dotson just on the sideline streak. Nice throw, Preston Weeks.
Yeah, really good job by Weeks keeping his base under him, stepping into that throw. And then Dotson just goes out, does a good job tracking it over his shoulder, and gets 1 foot in bounds.
SFA quickly back on the ball. They want to get this one snapped. They do. Handoff. Stewart coming right. Gets it to the 29. So no gain, second down and 10. Clock continues to run, 6:15 to go in this one. Lions will head to their conference opener next week looking for their first win of the year, as they'll host the Cowboys of McNeese State in Commerce. Lumberjacks will be on the road playing in United Athletic Conference action against Utah Tech. Second down and 10 here. Weeks wants to pass. Swing it out left side in the flat. Caught. And out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Goes to Lemons. Darvin Lemons, freshman from Amarillo. Gains about 4, third down and 6. So a lot of points tonight. Thought the first one to 20 might win this, but well, and Jacksonville were the first one to 20, but they've scored 49 tonight. Weeks, quick slant, caught. Dotson down inside the 15, tripped up and dropped at about the 10-yard line. Cam Dotson on that quick move, just tripped up to save the touchdown. They'll mark him down at the 11. So first and 10 for SFA.
And another good throw by Weeks, right on the money. Dotson does a good job in his slant route, being patient and making that defender kind of drop back a little bit before he cuts underneath.
Jalen Jenkins in the backfield with Weeks. Chad Awney now in motion for the Lumberjacks. Weeks again, swing it out right side. Awney with a blocker in front of him. Chad dances into the end zone. Touchdown Lumberjacks. That's not Chad Awney. I thought that was 82. That was 83.
James Sowards.
Yeah, so Sowards with the touchdown.
Local Nacogdoches kid.
Sowards into the end zone here, and he gets a good block out there, and that's a good job of breaking the tackle and getting the extra yards needed. Dotson helped him get into the end zone. Sowards with the touchdown from Preston Weeks. So 55 on the board now for the Lumberjacks. And now whistles.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty. Try will be attempted from the 8-yard line.
And I suspect, I don't know. There are 11 out there. Now they bring in a couple of extras. And that's the thing, that a lot of the ones they think their night is done. And then the kick team comes and somebody's not out there. They run some people on late. Ends up taking the delay. And now Campos, from 5 yards further back, will attempt the extra point here with 4:52 to go in this one. As Chris knocks that one through, 56-27, SFA up over the Lions. And A&M Commerce coming in here, they played two playoff teams from a year ago, Sac State, UC Davis. They lose 48-10. To UC Davis in the opener, then lose 34-6 at Sacramento State, and then last time out, give up 10 points to Old Dominion. So by far the back in Nacogdoches on a Saturday night, late on a Saturday night, September 30th. SFA in control, 56-27. Campos to kick it away. Kick, bobbled, handled, and eventually tripped up, flagged down on the far side of the field. Wow, that official's 50 yards away from where everything is happening. He throws a penalty flag.
And the second kick that's been bobbled by A&M Commerce return.
During the return, holding, number 41, return team. 10-yard penalty. Commerce retains possession. It's first down.
So 4:47 left to play in this one. There was a holding penalty on the kick return. This will move the ball back to the 16-yard line where the Lions will start things out, trailing 56-27. And from a coaching staff standpoint, the good news is you get a lot of snaps for some people who don't get a lot of snaps now 5 weeks into this season. The bad news is you run the risk of a chance for more injuries and what really is, kind of meaningless minutes here, 4:47 to go, unless you're the guy out there playing. Then it's not meaningless. Run right side, ball pop free, big scramble.
I think they're going to mark him
down at the 20. Lumberjacks got on the football, but again, they're going to mark forward progress out to the 20-yard line and kill the play there. A gain of about 4.
Yeah, you talk about getting a lot of guys in there. You can't emulate a game. You can try very hard in practice, but you just can't. And until these young guys get a chance to get in a real game against a different opponent and react live to a game situation, you don't know what you got until you see it.
New quarterback, Lions. And he'll run a little option right side, get a couple. As that is Blake Bennett. Lake Bennett, rather. Lake Bennett, freshman from Rockwall. And I guess his first action of the season. So 3rd down and 5 now, Lions. Clock running, 3:45 to go. So again, this is one of those situations where they have a quarterback injured last week. They need to find out, put Mr. Bennett out there, let him get some reps, get a little work under his belt. Handoff, left side, first down, Lions. Still on their feet, out over the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, you don't know when later on in the season in a Southwood Conference game, you got to get this guy in. He's got to become your guy in a snap. So to get him in early, right in the season, and get some snaps under his belt is crucial.
Bennett brings him back up. 2 receivers right. He wants to pass. Rolls right on the out near midfield. Caught, sliding out of bounds over there. That's Marcellus Elder with the catch.
That was a really good throw on the move. Really, really well-placed ball. Put it about the only place he could to give his receiver a chance.
So Elder with the grab, moves the chains to midfield. And it's 1st and 10 now, Lions. 2.5 to go. Bennett, play action, pull it out on the slant, misfires there, and just a little bit out in front of his intended target. Sears there in coverage for the Lumberjacks.
And Devin Matthews trying to go there, but just a little bit high. And as you say, Sears right there on top with good coverage.
Stops the clock, 2:22 to go, 2nd down and 10. SFA again in action next week on the road. First of 2 straight on the road, 2 conference games on the road. At Utah Tech next week, Central Arkansas the following week. Lions at home against the Cowboys of McNeese State. Swing it out right flat, caught, and down the far sideline for a few as they'll move it into SFA territory to the 49-yard line. A gain of 1. 3rd down and 9 now for the Lumberjacks. A&M Commerce tonight, they were coming in, they were converting on about 23% of their 3rd downs tonight. They've been at about 45%, 5 of 11 for the night.
Yeah, they converted a lot of their early third down conversions, and then in the second half, it got a little bit harder for them to do so.
Bennett out of the gun, back to his left. Short roll to his left. Looks downfield, sitting down in the middle of the zone. Catch made, first down Lions, as they'll move it down inside the 40-yard line. As Keith Miller makes the grab, had a touchdown catch earlier tonight.
And both of these A&M Commerce quarterbacks have done a really good job of throwing on the move. Some of it's probably out of necessity, but really good job.
Jacks rush 4. Bennett sets, throws over the middle. Receiver fell down this time, and Bennett sails that one over everybody's head. Incomplete. And that will bring up second down and 10. 1:23 left in this one. Again, the Lions at home next week, hosting the Cowboys at McNeese State. Following that, on the road at Incarnate Word on October 14th. SFA in Utah next week to take on Utah Tech. And then Conway, Arkansas to take on Central Arkansas the following week. Bennett, high snap, pump it once. Wants the deep ball. Now comes back over the middle late, underthrown and incomplete. He was pressured as he let that one go. And that'll bring up third down and 10 and stop the clock with 1:17 left.
Yeah, and lucky it was underthrown because there was about triple coverage on the receiver that it was kind of going his way.
So the Jacks will try to get off the field here on third down. Lions probably their best night in converting. 6 of 12 on the night. Bennett has all kind of room in front of him. He'll take off. He will run. Has the first down at the 25 and runs out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And Lake Bennett picks up the first down. He'll move it to the 20, and it's first and 10. Texas A&M Commerce.
And really fast.
Yeah.
Didn't see the scouting report say that he was that mobile, but yeah, I mean, he gets out of the pocket right here, and he is moving.
And Bennett picks up the first down, moves the chains, gives him another opportunity to cut into this lead, 56-27. Bennett, handoff inside. Gain of about 3 or 4 down near the 16-yard line. Clock running, a minute left. I'm sure, this bunch on the field right now for the Lions, they want nothing more than to score.
Yeah.
Get in the end zone.
Yeah, most of the guys out here have never scored a college touchdown, and that's what goal number 1 is, to get in the end zone somehow.
Bennett, back shoulder, far sideline, out of bounds, incomplete. And third down and about 6. And Willie cranks up.
Become a tradition here at Stephen F.
Yep. Last few years under Colby Carthel, when it's decided, and with 40 seconds they crank up, the party's over. Here's Bennett, short roll left, nobody open. Now he'll tuck it, he will run out of bounds near the 10. They'll give him the 9-yard line, so they'll have 33 more seconds to work with as they have a fresh set of downs. And Lake Bennett tries to lead a scoring drive here. But on the defensive side, these guys here getting some valuable snaps. Now they've got some tape, things to work on. And they want, as much as these other guys want to score, they want to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want to be the reason that a touchdown is scored late in the game.
Bennett hit, escapes a tackle, can't escape the second and third men. Iman Garrison was there to help finish him off, but they end up getting the sack back to the 9-yard line. And Willie will crank
Commerce
up again.
calls their second charge timeout. 30 seconds.
Lions take a timeout with 25 seconds left to play. First pressure that time, I think, came from Edric Dugan, I think. see it right there. There's Jack's finish off the sack as Iman Garrison was there.
Yeah, the Jacks don't list a 58 on their active roster, so I don't know who that was. But like you say, he gets there pretty quickly and forces the quarterback to step up into the second pressure.
So here we go, second down now, 25 seconds left in the game. Lions take the snap, screen it left side with blockers at the 5, at the 3, down to the 2-yard line. Go the Lions. And I think they will take their final timeout with 12 seconds left, the ball resting at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 2.
And I think, a new staff transitioning from Division II, Division III, any kind of small victory is something you can take into a locker room and say, hey, we were able to do this. Let's capitalize and keep
Commerce
moving
calls
forward.
their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the last 5 minutes of this has been nothing but a teaching moment for these two staffs.
Right.
Chance to 5 minutes of game action to get some guys on the field, some experience that they otherwise might not get. As the Jacks will be 5 weeks into this season now here as we reach the end of the month of September. They got an off week coming up late October. So it'll be a long slog before they have their off week. Lions have already had one open date. Again, playing their 4th game tonight. Lost one of their quarterbacks last week, Parrish with an injury, unable to play. But Magana does a good job tonight, and now out of the timeout.
Illegal substitution, 12 in formation, offense, 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
So this will back them up 5 yards. And unless they can get out of bounds, they can't stop the clock. So it could be the final snap of this one from the 7-yard line. FSFA is going to go to 3-2 on the year, and Texas A&M Commerce is going to fall to 0-4.
I think Willie is trying to, will these.
Will the party to end.
Exactly, yes. We got to.
And now Colby Carthel, who apparently loves to hear Willie sing this, is taking a timeout.
Yeah, he's not crazy
SFA
happy
calls their
about the
first timeout of the
timeouts.
half. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 12 seconds. 1, 2. Thank you.
It hasn't moved, sir. So timeout to make sure that his defense is all on the right page here. 56-27. They hope to be the final. SFA certainly is going to win the game. And again, go to 3-2 on the year. 0-1 in United Athletic Conference play. Lions open up Southland play next week against McNeese. Colby Carthel, former head coach at Texas A&M Commerce, won a Division II national championship with the Lions before taking over here 5 years ago. So Bennett at quarterback now this last series. Short set, throws right toward the back pylon, incomplete with 9 seconds left. Good coverage out there by the Lumberjacks. And they'll get at least one more crack at it.
And I think they're playing a secondary game of how long can we make 12 seconds last.
Forever. So here we go, 4th down. All or nothing now for the Lions. Oh. And another timeout taken by the Lumberjacks. Somebody's pizza somewhere.
SFA calls their
cold.
second charge timeout. 30 seconds.
And Coach Carthel's just
Media
not
operator,
happy
please turn the
about-
music off during play. Thank you.
So the Lumberjacks do have one timeout left. Hopefully they will not take it. It's 4th and goal from the 7. And this one kind of moved along. First half moved along okay.
Yeah.
Second half, not so much.
A little more throwing in the second half. A few more touchdowns, stoppage, you know.
Empty backfield now, Lions. Bennett, quarterback draw. Bennett at the 5, hit at the 2, stood up, and stopped at the 1. So 4th and goal, they get a stop at the 1. And the final seconds run off
on
the clock.
field as the ball was short. This is the end of the football game.
56-27 the final. Lumberjacks go to 3-2 on the year. Texas A&M Commerce falls to 0-4. Jacks on the road next week. Commerce at home hosting McNeese in their conference opener. Hope you enjoyed it on ESPN. Back to wrap it up on the Lumberjack Sports Network. This is United Athletic Conference Football.